Música de requinto pesado, golpes de Cuba. Esto es pa' Gerry, los lacayos de Redbird. En Milán no se coca, aquí la pasión es ley. Trajeron su avaricia, pero aquí hay balas. Los cowboys de Milán no se andan con palabras. Llegaron con promesas de grandeza y poder, pero solo trajeron mentiras pa' vender. Despidieron al más grande, Maldini nuestro jefe. Ahora el San Siro grita que Redbird desaparece. Aquí no somos socios, somos gente de honor. El rojo y negro corre por nuestra pasión. Con pistola en la mano defendemos el escudo. Gerry, en estas calles tu tiempo está nublado. Pinche cabrón, ya te tenemos en la mira. El Milan no es negocio, es sangre que respiras. Traicionaste la historia, apagaste la fe, pero la hinchada nunca se deja caer. Pinche cabrón, aquí no mandas tú. Con cowboy milanista te topaste. Qué susto, el San Siro no te quiere, lo vas a entender. Redbird, vete y antes de que corras a perder. Piensas que Milán se mide con billetes, pero aquí valen más los que pisan los taburetes. Desde bares y Chivas somos tradición, no como tus cifras, pura corrupción. En la curva son los cánticos retumban, los cowboys milanistas nunca se derrumban. Si piensas que aquí mandas, mejor vete ya, porque con plomo y pasión te vamos a sacar. Pinche cabrón, ya te tenemos en la mira. El Milan no es negocio, es sangre que respira. Traicionaste la historia, apagaste la fe, pero la hinchada nunca se deja caer. Pinche cabrón, aquí no mandas tú. Con cowboy milanista te topaste. Qué susto, el San Siro no te quiere, lo vas a entender. Redbird, vete y antes de que corras a perder. El sombrero bien puesto, las pistolas cargadas. Gerry y Redbird tiembla, ya no valen nada. Este escudo no se vende, no se traiciona. El Milan es el pueblo, no de quien lo abandona. Pinche cabrón, ya te tenemos en la mira. El Milan no es negocio, es sangre que respira. Traicionaste la historia, apagaste la fe, pero la hinchada nunca se deja caer. Pinche cabrón, aquí no mandas tú. Con cowboy milanista te topaste. Qué susto, el San Siro no te quiere, lo vas a entender. Redbird, vete y antes de que corras a perder. Piensan que nos callan, aquí hay pura verdad. El Milan es eterno, su gente nunca se va. Gerry, tu juego se acaba, te decimos sin temor. Los cowboys de Milán te echan con honor. Y si piensan que nos callan, aquí hay pura verdad. El Milan es eterno, su gente nunca se va. Gerry, tu juego se acaba, te decimos sin temor. Los cowboys de Milán te echan con honor.
Great music, great music.
I feel Mexican.
Yeah. Welcome everyone to a special
Viva Milan!
another special episode of Milanistas 360. So we have a very special episode today. 3 continents. So it's good morning, I think, for Shane and John. It's good afternoon for me in Asia, and it's good evening for you, right, in Nico, all the way in North America.
Yeah, that in Mexico.
Yeah. So very special, and I would like to thank everyone, especially if you're joining us in whichever time zone that you are. And yeah, 4 horsemen of the Milanese apocalypse, about to bring you very special, and plenty of great content that we have. So how's everyone doing? How is it across all time zones, and whether it be day or night, afternoon, morning, rain or shine? How about you, Shane? I think it's probably raining over there for you.
It's okay now. Wednesday was a bit nasty, so there was flooding in Malaga on Wednesday. Kind of matched the feeling in my soul supporting this fucking train wreck of a club. Sad, dreary, fucking awful. But yeah, it's it's been good, man. There's been quite a few headlines I've been looking at, which I know we're just going to dig into them, but yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. It's just a lot to go through. What about you, Lab Gorilla? How was your week?
Yeah, it's been, you know what? This week has been a funny one. I have a pet peeve. I don't like having to deal with people that they have a particular job title, but they can't do their own jobs, if you know what I mean. So I really hate that, those occasions when you have to tell them how to do their own jobs. I really hate doing that because I think, what am I paying you for? Um, Rant over. But yeah, it's been a bit of a mad week as well. And I've got to say, for 125th anniversary, this is Milanismo, guys. This is Milanismo. Do you see this? 3 continents, 4 different countries covered. This is why we're here, because we love the club. Nico, what about you? How's it going?
Pinche cabrones. I'm great, fellas. Besides all the typical bullshit with the club, other than that, life's not bad. Doing well.
Right.
Just get me a pistolera. Show me the way to Gerry's place.
I'll take the cigars and the tequila any day. Yeah. You can do the pistoleros business. Right. So I guess I'm gonna start.
Let's get into it. There we go.
Tell me. Yeah. Guys, I can't see a thing, so it's up to you to tell me if you can see it.
Yeah, let me get into it. Hold on, because they changed the panel. Here we go.
There we go. So
125th anniversary is our first segment. So let's
excellent, excellent, excellent. So it's a monumentous year for us. It's a monumentous year. And of course, our owners decided this week during international break would be a great time to just let go of a few more grenades onto the fan base, because, we don't have enough within the fan base, right? So Herbert Kilpin, obviously registered AC Milan. He was born in Nottingham, if I remember correctly, and came over, and he actually passed away in Milan. So, rosso come il fuoco e nero come la paura che incuteremo agli avversari. This is, we are red like fire and black like fear, the fear that we will put in our opponents. Now, that was the concept behind why he gave us these colors. So really we are, as intended, the devils. So Herbert Kilpin, born in 1870, died in 1916. So if you do some maths, he just a very tender age of 46 years. But within that time, he launched this glorious club. So one of the things to think about was, how do we as fans celebrate 125 years? And I thought one way to do it is to look at the most amazing players that we've had throughout our history and just highlight some of their achievements, because I don't feel that that is done enough. In fact, I've seen no other podcast go through some of the legends of the club to remind you of who we are. Okay. So let's just pick some. Let's go, first of all, with Marco van Basten. I think this is a name that all of us should be very familiar with. 201 appearances, 125 goals. Incredible goal scoring record. Gianni Rivera, 658 appearances, 164 goals. Andrei Shevchenko, 322 appearances, 175 goals. An incredible scoring rate. And then we've got the boss, Franco Baresi, 531 appearances. Legends, absolute legends of our club. But I want to also go back in history and look at some of these enormous names that really painted the red and black color and part of something that we're going to discuss in a minute. Jose Altafini, 161 goals in his career. And Nordahl, our greatest striker, 221 goals in something like 270 games. Incredible scoring record. Then we look at a number of appearances. Clarence Seedorf, 432, Tuso, 468, Ambrosini, 488, and Tassotti, 581. Again, stalwarts of our club. Then there's this guy, Nico, Shane, Husney. You might be familiar with this guy. I think a lot of our fan base might be a bit familiar with this guy. But let's just have a look and remind the entire fan base why this guy is so important to us. 902 career appearances wearing our jersey. 647 of those appearances in Serie A alone. 33 goals in total in his career. 29 in Serie A alone. Maldini is Milan. See that number? Almost 1,000 games played for us. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, one of the things that obviously Milan is always associated with is the Champions League. We're the second most successful Champions League club. And so I thought, let's just have a little bit of a dig into our history to celebrate our history. And it's really like, I really say that all the fans should do this. Let's go back to our history and have a look at those individual trophies. There's really cool stories around each and every one of them. So, for example, 1963, first trophy. We beat Benfica. Altafini scored in the 58th and 69th minute. He was the top goal scorer in that cup with 14 goals. And just to be clear, Benfica are not the Benfica that you might think of today. This was their third straight final, cup final. And the one goal that they scored in this final was by none other than Eusebio himself. In 1969, when we won the trophy again, we won it in the Bernabeu. We beat Ajax 4-1. And Prati scored a hat trick. Now that's something that, that name has to be said. In 89, in the Camp Nou, we beat Steaua Bucharest 4-0. And look at the goal scorers. Gullit with a brace, Van Basten with another brace. And Van Basten was the top goal scorer in the 1989 Cup. 1990, we beat Benfica 1-0. Rijkaard scoring the winner. Benfica was such a powerful club then that they had 4 of the top goal scorers within the top 6, and yet we won the trophy. 1994, this is an enormous game where we were completely written off. I'll show you in a minute the squad we were going up against. But we beat Barcelona 4-0, 2 goals by Massaro, a goal by Savicevic and Desai. 2003, everyone will remember this one. It's the penalty shootout against Juventus. A man of the match, none other than Maldini himself. And 2007, we beat Liverpool 2-1 with a brace by Inzaghi. I just want to revisit the 1994 game. Guys, do you remember this squad? Do you all remember this squad? This Barcelona squad. Stoichkov, Romario, Guardiola, Koeman, Nadal. It was just unbelievable. And Johan Cruyff was basically just sure that he was going to destroy us before the match started. And yet, we obliterated them. And look, just want to point out, look at those flags on the left-hand side. Compare that to the Milan of today, by the way. Just making a point. So, now we get to the current Milan. How does our current management celebrate 125 years of glory? Milan store Via Dante, which was opened earlier on this year. I think I'm going to visit in a couple of weeks' time. They did a book launch. None other than this book by AC Milan alongside Assoline, whatever they're called, however you pronounce it, 1,200 euros. And I want everyone to just take a little bit of a breath. The preface of the book, which traces the history of Milan, is written by Cardinale. And he writes, "It is with great pride and deep respect that I dedicate this book to our beloved fan base around the world and the vibrant city of Milan. This book is a tribute to the passion, resilience, and unwavering support that fans have shown over the past 125 years. I had the privilege of attending the Scudetto celebration in Piazza del Duomo shortly before purchasing the team, and was deeply moved by how much this team means to the fans and the city of Milan. Before I go on, any opinion on this first statement, guys? Let's start with Nico.
You really want to know, huh?
I do, mate. I do want to know.
Not going to get me out of my good mood right now. So it's just a bunch of smoke. Because obviously he wants to sell books and sell this merchandise off to the fan base. This is just reeks of bullshit
Yeah.
and
I
more
completely
lies,
agree.
which is and it to have the audacity to say this.
Yeah. Shane, when you said, I mean, this was publicized all over the media, but what did you think when you first saw this statement?
It's not surprising because it's kind of following the path that kind of has been laid out by management. It's tone deaf. It doesn't understand the culture. I think if you ask any fan, even if they are fans of Redbird, you know, who they could give a fuck less about, you know, at the club at the moment, they would say Cardinale. And to say that he was tone deaf enough to actually preface the book, I mean, you have
Yeah.
Baresi there, who could do the same thing, and whose, you know, opinion people give a shit about. And instead, we have this fucking tyrant. It's tone deaf. It's complete within. I'm not surprised. But it's disgusting. Fucking.
Yeah. Hasni?
Yeah, I can tell based on this, what he wrote in this preface, two things. One, he doesn't himself say that he's a fan. He does create that distinction, which I think is pretty much disgusting. Think that he can speak on behalf of everyone else, especially considering what he has or hasn't really done for the club. And the fact that he had to mention the Scudetto celebration, I mean, isn't that just spit in the face of all fans? Fans who actually show up to the games, spend their time, and also merchandise, the money to purchase merchandise. So it's almost really an insult to everyone out there, and no one gives, especially for me, I don't give a shit if he attended the party. He had nothing to do with that celebration, but for him really to package it, tag along with it, market it, and now try to sell it for 1,200 euros, and really
Yeah.
create this sense that this club is not really for everyone. I mean, with that price point, come on,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous at this point. It's supposed to be, if you, okay, fine, you've got to make money, you make merchandise, but it's for the fans, just not just for a select group of people. And I'm sure he probably didn't pay for his own book.
Right. So,
Part of it probably go into his pocket.
I mean, that's it. That's what I thought. Like, I bet each one of them are getting a copy of the book, and we're all having to pay for it. I had a look actually at the website, the Milan store website, to see how much the current price is. It's already dropped to 850. It's still too much. Okay, thanks, guys. That was really, really, really important to talk about this. So then he
But
said,
John,
right?
can I just
Yeah,
add one more
go.
thing? When you're
Yeah.
speaking about the legends, I just want to add my own opinion. I think
Go.
how we see legends these days is pretty much different than how we used to view them, or how we looked up to the players that you've mentioned in the past. So now we're in the digital age, social media. If you want highlights, it's very readily available. You can go to YouTube, you can get it on all your social media. But in those days, you really had to catch the game. You really had to wait for the winners. You had to watch it to the end, and it's just a different experience, especially for me. Is that it was only during that time where you could watch the game live. You couldn't depend too much on replays, because especially over here in Asia, you didn't know when it was going to come. It was not clearly, it wasn't clear about when they're going to rerun the game. So it's definitely a different ball game, and yeah, I think them being legends in the past doesn't compare to the players that we see nowadays on the pitch. All right, it's just my
Yeah,
2 cents.
that's a great point, actually, because I mean, again, I've got no appreciation of that. I obviously, at that time, in the early days especially, I was living in Italy, so I was watching it. And then also in the UK at the time, you'll probably recollect this, Shane, probably. I'm thinking, those were the days when you had James Richardson show presenting a show on UK TV, which was Football Italia, every single Saturday and Sunday, and it was like him with his ice cream and then showing the match. And he had
It was the
like
best in the world, man. There was nothing
it
else like it.
was. Yeah, there was nothing else like it. So we were very fortunate because Husney, we had like a highlight show in the morning, and then we had the live match. And I remember such good memories. It was like you'd get food with the family, and you'd all sit in front of the TV watching Milan. It was just awesome, absolutely awesome times. All that has gone, unfortunately.
Yep.
But
For
yeah,
us in Asia, you had to wait until the end of the season. Then they might have a rerun of select matches. So that's how it worked over here.
oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, crazy. Okay, now again, I'm not trying to throw petrol on the fire, but you remember this picture, guys. I mean, I think I did a season review and I used this picture. Look at that bloody thumb. He's freaky, this guy. But Cardinale said,
Fake.
when we took on the responsibility of leading this historic club, we did so with a deep appreciation. Stop. Deep appreciation for its illustrious history, a commitment to preserving its legacy, and an obsession with returning AC Milan to the pinnacle of European football. To this first statement, guys, I'd say this is the same guy that admitted not knowing how many Champions League our club had after he bought
John,
it.
John, it's
Yeah.
more than that. Look at the photo. He's not even wearing the jersey. Look around him. Most of the people actually use their own money to buy the fucking jersey. He had to probably wait until he bought it and get it for free. Like
Husney,
it's
he's a financial guy. They wear those ugly polos all the time. So
yeah, but he could have maybe spent like 20 euros, 30 euros, and go to the store. They would have pretty set one aside for him. Just put it
Or
on
even
if
do
you
what
want to
that
show that.
guy, even do what that guy behind him did. Take his shirt off.
boy,
Be a
we don't
real
want to see
fan.
Jerry. We don't want to see Jerry's moves.
Moves. But he says our journey together is not just about winning titles, which, by the way, what is he talking about? It's about honoring the tradition, values, and spirit that have made AC Milan a symbol of excellence and pride for generations.
By
This
winning
book,
trophies.
exactly, Shane. This
That
book
pisses me off.
chronicles the extraordinary stories, triumphs, and trials that have defined our club. So he goes back to trying to sell the book to everybody. This ridiculous book. I just I think who was it that said it? Was it you, Shane? Tone deaf. Absolutely tone deaf. This statement is absolutely tone deaf. It infuriates me. Okay, let's move to the next puppet. Scaroni. I am now the president of the only team in Milan. Let's be honest, there's only one real team here. To which Marotta responded and literally set fire. Good luck getting that second star. That's literally all he had to say.
That fucking hurts
Then
too.
Yeah. And then Scaroni said, this book is wonderful. I saw it for the first time last night. So it's new for me too. It's filled with stunning photos like that. Even for someone like me who knows Milan a bit, represents so many new and beautiful things. It's a must buy, something to keep in a display case. Right. You might not have seen that last bit in a press release, but I'm going to carry on. And this is really I love all the images where we're lifting a trophy. The truth is, I especially enjoy it when we win. When we lose, I have to admit, I like it a little less. When Maldini lifts a cup, when Berlusconi raised so many cups, especially the international ones, those are the moments we should be particularly proud of. What planet is this guy from, guys? What is he?
He's
I've got no
senile.
res-
I think he's just senile at this point. Scrolling this step down.
So what I don't understand is he not aware? He's mentioning the Maldini name. Is he not aware of what his employers have done to us? Is he insane? I don't understand it. I just when I saw this, I thought you mentioned Maldini, you know, how dare you? That's just shocking. Um,
And didn't he have something
Okay.
with Maldini as well? Some kind of beef before Maldini stepped out.
Yeah, Maldini's the one that was saying Scaroni leaves early, wasn't it? Scaroni leaves early because he's probably worried about traffic. That's the guy. Yeah. And then we're left with this. The Christmas. Oh, by the way, if you go to the website, you can now buy all the Christmas shit. You know, spend some more money. Do you want a Christmas jumper from AC Milan? Do you want a cracker? Happy holidays, Rossoneri. And I ask, who is Jesus and who is Judas in this picture? Actually, I'm going to ask you, Shane, who's Jesus in this picture?
I was going to say, so it's obviously Fonseca's in the Jesus placement, and that's why they've
Isn't he?
purposely put Leao looking like this, not like this, right? So he's not the Judas in the picture, but it's fucking tragic, man. Can
It's
I just
fucking
mention
smart.
one thing? Can I
Yeah.
just mention one thing, right? This is obviously a trolling attempt by management, right? This has to be, because you can't do all of this unless you're being somewhat humorous. I think they get it. They have to. I think they get it right. They know that it's going to piss people off, and you're just doing it anyway, because they're kind of saying, well, a bit of controversy is going to fucking sell this fucking bullshit book. It has to be. It has to be.
Yeah. Yeah. I removed one question, which who's Mary, because I didn't want to. I think we might as well ask it. Is there a Mary here? Is it Gabia? I don't know, man.
Oh damn. Let's put it out to the guys in the chat as well. Everybody, let's get their thoughts on these bullshit.
I can't see any of the chat, so you guys read it to me if there's any comments
Says-
on there, all right?
It says Scaroni always says the same bullshit without thinking, then bites him in the ass later. That's Fabinho.
Yeah. Do you know, guys, something that when I was preparing these slides, right, I was looking for Cardinales quotes, and I'm not kidding you. I found a page and I started taking the text and transferring it onto the slide. But then I looked down at the page. The identical comment, do you know where it was from? 2023. The guy's just, rehashing the same comments all the time. It just this time he adds buy this book. But it was literally like, oh, Merry Christmas, everyone. We're here to win trophies. I'm kind of wondering, and I wanted to ask you guys all of this. He was there when we won the Berlusconi Trophy against Monza. He was there when we beat Inter Milan. He was there when we beat Real Madrid. Do you think in his head he's mistaken in thinking that we're a winning club? Do you think in his head he thinks that, oh, we've beaten the European champions, which means we must be on our way to winning the European trophy again? Does he actually believe the shit that he's saying? Surely not.
I think so. To be honest, I think there's desperation in what he's doing. So the whole him celebrating in the locker room after the Real
Yes, I
game
saw that.
and that
Yeah.
awful image. He knows. He knows that what he's doing is not, it's not going to lead to success, whatever. So he's just basically showing up for any hint of a celebration that he can. I'm really interested to know where he's going to be when we finish fifth in the league this season. Is he going to be at the stadium for the last game? When we get dumped out of the fucking Champions League, where's he going to be? He's not going to be there then. Again, tone deaf. Doesn't know what he's doing. Doesn't know the culture of the club. Doesn't know the club. Doesn't know the sport. Doesn't know the importance of the club in the fucking sport. And then somehow people are convinced that this is a winning formula because us buying 20 million euro players is going to work out. It's not. Fuck him, honestly.
Oh my God, I've just figured out who Judas is.
Go.
Who's that?
It's RLC, isn't it? Look at him. The way he's looking at Fonseca.
I think you cracked the mystery. Hasn't he? What's your take on all this?
Yeah, as usual with every year-end marketing, they're trying to really make money where they can. It's just that in the atmosphere that we're in, I don't know what they expect. Uh, the revenue or the sales are going to be like. Probably going to be disappointing. And yeah, what Gerry probably knows, but probably doesn't give a real shit about, is that you're always going to make more money when you're more successful. It's just that he's left it at a sense that you can be, not say it's successful, but you can just barely survive and pretend everything's okay, which is not, especially for a club like the one we're supporting.
You know what
So
drives me crazy? Go ahead, Husni. Go.
yeah, sorry. But that being said, is I really fault the middle management and some of the people even in this picture that really uh, either support wholeheartedly or pretend to support just to safeguard their paychecks. That particular brand of, you could say, football management. Because where is it taking us? They are trying so hard just to be like another Atlanta, which no one who honestly supports this club wants us to be. But that's where we are. We just trade the red for the blue, and that's what we want to be, right? Sorry, Nico. Yeah, go ahead.
At least at Atlanta's, they got a winning coach and a more Italian players on the team.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know what drives me crazy, guys, is the fact that Cardinal, before coming here, he was, when the Yankees were the Yankees, right? When they were winning world titles, World Series, they're winning pennants in the AL East year after year, and they had the guy that ran the Yankees, George Steinbrenner. He spent a ton of money. He would spend money on good players, excellent players, when he needed to boost up the team the next season, which he did. And Gerry saw all this shit. The fact that he had a winning, he saw what it took to win, to be successful. He had the idea in his head, but he decided to go a different fucking route when he bought this team, out of pure arrogancy, or he wanted to prove something to himself or to European owners. I don't know the fuck, that Americans do things better. But the fact he does know what a winning team looks like, and the fact that he didn't copy that blueprint in Milan, that's what makes me mad.
Further to that, Nico, I want to say this, and I think everyone will agree, is that Gerry, he's rich, no doubt he's rich. But let's face it, he's not that rich. He's not Elliot rich, nor is he awkward rich, but he tries so hard to be one of the big boys. He tries to play with the same rules until he looks at his bank account and he realizes he doesn't have the same amount of green in the bank. So he ends up making compromises, cutting corners, trying to outsmart people. But here's another news flash for him. He's not that smart as well. People with more money are way smarter than him and know that this isn't really sort of game that you're going to try to shrimp on. And I mean, this isn't like playing. I'm sorry to slate the sport slightly, especially if you guys watch it. This isn't like playing darts, where you can probably show up and not be in the right state of mind and maybe try to hit that bullseye. It's not the same game. So, yeah, he's been found out and just trying to keep on at it for his dear life and money.
Just Fahadinho's comment there. I didn't see this. So he said, "Did you guys see the pic when Fonseca handed Sinner, the tennis player, the Milan jersey with Fonseca written at the back, and then Fonseca signed it for Sinner?" Is that true?
He signed it. Oh, yeah, I know. So I saw Fonseca give Sinner a shirt that says #1. The reason he had #1 on the back is because Sinner was named the world #1 for the year. So and it's a tournament in Turin being played right now, actually. And Sinner's a well-known Milan fan. So Fonseca went and gave him the shirt. I didn't know that he had bloody signed it, because that would devalue it for me. But I heard some of the comments, so Sinner was talking to him, and Sinner was like, "Well done on your game against Real Madrid." And Fonseca's like, "Yeah. I goes, I was at the San Siro last year, and the atmosphere is amazing. But I think I bring bad luck when I turn up, because we seem to lose a lot." But I'm like, okay. That was the conversation. It was really interesting. In fact, how Sinner was having to simplify his Italian for Fonseca. It was really like, oh shit. It's a really awkward conversation. They shouldn't have got Fonseca to give him the shirt. They should have got some In fact, they should have got Baresi to give it to him. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
this is the thing. It's so strange. Like it's it's not like we're, I don't know, Man City, who didn't have a club legend before 15 years ago. That's still at the club
Yeah.
because the club was irrelevant. We literally have, Massara there. You have Baresi. I mean, Christ, like even Ibra. I'm not saying he's a club legend, but at least he's done something. He could have signed the fucking thing. But Fonseca, like, I mean, it's
Guys, Fonseca is the only person they can get to go at something like that. Everyone else is like, no, I'm not
yeah,
going.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, probably.
Fonseca's name was written at the back, not Sinner. So they actually Fonseca was the name on the jersey. Oh,
No,
Jesus
no,
Christ.
no, no, no,
I
no,
think
no,
so.
no. I'm pretty sure
Is
it
it?
was Sinner, man.
No,
Hold
no,
on.
I'm
pretty
looking at
sure
the
it was-
photo. It's Fonseca. It's Fonseca.
It
Shut
is.
your face.
It
Shut
is.
your
Number
face.
70,
No,
73, I think.
Wow,
I'm looking at the
Fonseca.
photo.
no, mate, no. Someone's
Classy,
pissed about with that.
classy Fonseca.
Well
That's the
done.
truth.
Well
That doesn't
done.
make any sense at
Fonseca.
all.
You all
Why-
dog
why?
Fonseca.
That is the highlight of his career, by the way.
Wow.
No,
Brilliant.
Fonseca
Yeah.
only went to get Sinner's name on autograph on his jersey. That's it.
Now that's more like it. Oh, it's embarrassing, mate.
Wow. So Fonseca put it on his Twitter account too.
Oh no, I see. There's a picture on Milan Reports. It is a shirt, a white Milan shirt that says "Sinner" #1 on the back, and Fonseca's presenting it to him.
Yeah, there's
from
another,
a day ago.
Lab on Fonseca's X account. There's photos
Yeah.
there too, and he's got
Of-
Fonseca and Sinner. So he signed a Fonseca with Fonseca's last name with that red and black jersey.
That's for
mate.
Fonseca's
Fucking sad.
personal collection.
So it
Well,
is,
here it
man.
is.
He was like, since I'm here, I might as well get a signature in it. Oh shit!
Wow, there he's
It's
signing it there
embarrassing, man.
too. Yeah.
Wow. So I thought he was there just to present Sinner with his #1 shirt. Instead,
No,
he thought,
no.
I'll get something from you because yours is more valuable. That's probably why. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's why he agreed to go, right? It's like, oh, I will only go if I bring my own jersey so he can sign it.
Oh my
Everyone
god,
else
that's
doesn't give a
sad.
shit.
The fact
Something
that that's
from my
happened,
eBay account.
I swear I did not. I tell you what, I did not know that one. That's sad. That's really sad. Okay, right. We ready to move on, guys?
Let's do it.
We are going to look at the Champions League because we need to have a bit of an update and a conversation. Remember this? We now have 6 points and we've got 4 match days left. I wanted to ask you guys, looking at our form, knowing that we're on 6 points, what do you reckon our total could be? No joke, I think we could get to 15 points here, which would put us very, very close to being top 8. But I wanted to hear your opinions on it. Let's start with you, Nico, since you're the tactical guy.
What do I know about tactics? Not a damn thing.
Yeah, come on.
Bruges, we're playing home. That should win. That should be a win.
Bruges we've won it. No, sorry, hang on a minute. That's wrong, isn't it? It's not Club Bruges. Yeah, we did beat Bruges.
Yeah, we
didn't
played them.
Oh.
We won.
Oh,
We won.
Bruges.
we
I'm
played-
sorry. Yeah. No, I'm looking at the wrong
Bratislava.
thing. Oh,
Yeah, it's
Bratislava.
Bratislava
Yeah,
next.
I'm looking. Hold on. Yeah, need to wake up here. That's away. That's gonna be a tough. I say we draw.
Ooh,
Yeah.
really?
Those games are tough, man. Away playing those stadiums. Next one should be a win.
Red Star.
Girona,
yeah.
I think we could beat Girona as well.
Ooh.
They're not as strong as last season. They're still a dangerous team, but I think we can edge out a win, like 2-1. And Dynamo, I say a win too. Why not?
So if we
Draw.
take what you've just said, draw 1 point. Girona, you think we beat? That's 3 points. Red Star, we win. So you basically are saying 1, 4, 7, 8 more points. 14 points. 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that will get us into the top 24, but not into the top 8.
I just don't know what this team is. They're so consistent. Forget about offensively, just their fucking defense, man. We're
Yeah.
seeing Fofana playing a couple decent games. I was getting excited about him, and then the last 3-4 games he's been a ghost.
Yes.
So-
Yes. Okay, so Nico guesses 14-point total. Shane, you have a go. What do you reckon?
So I was just in the background trying to look at the Spanish league table because I want to figure out where Girona are. So La Liga, give me a quick second. I just want to
Yeah.
see.
They were good last season, Girona. They had a really good
But they
season.
lost their main striker to Roma, didn't they?
Yeah,
Okay, so
that's
they're
the big one
currently
right there.
10th. Yeah, they're currently 10th in
They're
the.
hurting.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would say,
Go on then.
if I didn't
Go
know
on.
this team better, I'd say that we should get 3 points from all those remaining games, but we won't.
Yeah.
We won't. Because
3, 6, 9, 12. That puts us on 18, according to Shane. So that
but
would
you
put
see,
us in the top 8.
but the thing is, though, man, you know, we're more than capable here of shitting the bed against Cerveza or whatever their name is there. So like,
Red
you know,
Star, isn't it, mate?
we're not even
Cerveza.
guaranteed
Love
of
that.
wins here. Like, this is how bad it is. You know?
No. This is the thing, Shane. This is the thing that the problem I'm having with this is, I look at this and I think theoretically we should be able to get all the points, but I have no idea what Milan's going to turn up. So I'm kind of like trying to gauge from the other people what you see out of this. So I mean, Nico came
And
up with
just
2 draws out of those games, which is very possible.
and just one quick point on this, right? Because I know we had the anomaly against a very, very poor Real side, which I'm thankful for.
Mhm.
But and Liverpool outplayed by Leverkusen, we were destroyed by Club Brugge. We didn't do too much better, and they're of similar quality to these remaining teams. The only thing that saved us against Club Brugge was they got a guy sent off. Club Brugge outplayed us
Yep.
for like the first
Yeah,
half
they
of that
did.
game nearly when they were equal. So I mean we're there's no guarantees here, like none at all.
Yeah. So Hasni, so we got a guess of 14 points, a guess of 18 points. What about you, Hasni? Where do you stand on this?
I'm inclined to go with Shane on this one. I think we can get the remaining wins. If we weren't going to have a run of 4 wins next, maybe the last game we might draw it or even lose it, because that is the story of Milan. That once we get too confident, we think all of a sudden we can win the Champions League. They're going to fuck it up against a team like Dynamo. But on the flip side, if whatever Serie A games played after this, we're probably going to draw or lose it. I mean, that's us, right? Win the Champions League, then lose it in the league. Pretty much that's the inconsistency. So that's
So
really my bet.
okay, that's fair. And I'd say this, guys. I think this, gauging from your responses, I think we can all agree on one thing. Milan will finish in the top 24 with these fixtures left. We definitely will get enough points because they say 9 points is enough to finish top 24. So we should easily get within that. The question is, Nico, are you right? Are we gonna fall on a couple of these games and get draws and then not make the top 8? Making top 8 will be quite something, quite an achievement. But I actually think ownership doesn't want us to make top 8 because they'll lose those revenues from those 2 extra fixtures. But hey, that's just me being a bit negative against ownership. Um, okay, right. Between 14 and 18 points. That is the general panel's opinion. And I agree with all of you. I think I looked at them and I thought maybe Girona, maybe Dinamo might give us a bit of trouble. So I kind of thought Milan would finish on like it's kind of similar to Nico, 14 points, enough to make top 24, but not enough to actually make top 8. Okay. What I wanted also to have a look at is the Serie A fixtures until the end of this year. And I wanted again to have a similar discussion. So this is where we are today. I know we've got a game in hand, but there's no guarantee that we're going to win that game in hand. And look at Bologna now; they're on 18 points as we are, and we are 8 points behind Napoli, Napoli, Atalanta, Fiorentina, Inter, Lazio, and Juve are really tight. And who do we have next? Saturday, November 23rd, we've got Juventus at home. Then we go to Empoli. We're at home to Empoli, and then we've got Atalanta away. Jeez. Then we were at home to Genoa. We're away to Verona, and then we're home to Roma. If you actually look at it and you think if we had consistency, in my opinion, we should take quite a few points out of these. But I have got literally no faith in Serie A, especially after the way Fonseca speaks about how he doesn't seem to have resolved how to play in Serie A. I've no idea how many points we're going to take from this. Let's go around the panel again. Nico, what's your opinion on this fixture list?
Juve loss. I don't see us beating
Mhm.
Juve. Empoli, we're playing at home.
Yep.
That's a win. Tough win. We're not beating Gasparini's team. That's not happening. Genoa, say a tie. Win against Verona. With Roma, that's
Away.
a difficult one because they got Ranieri back.
They did get Ranieri this week, yeah.
Ranieri. He's a good coach. I think he'll have his team ready. I think that's going to be a draw in Rome with Roma.
Okay. Shane, you have a go.
This is a bit. So I didn't realize it was actually this bad. We could be double digits behind the league leaders going into December.
Going into I think so. Mid-December we could be. I agree with you. Yeah. Yeah.
And if that's the case, then I don't know what excuses that management can really give at that point. I mean, if you have a coach who has come out publicly and said that I still haven't figured out how to play in Serie A, that's kind of like saying I still haven't figured out how to do 80% of my job. Juventus, no. Empoli, who cares? Atalanta, definitely not. Genoa, probably not. Verona, maybe. Roma, no. So I mean, this is not a good look. Let's be honest, guys. We're already done pretty much, and coming into December, and they're talking now, by the way, about getting some backup for Fofana, which is fine, but what about defense? What about the right back position? There's only so much that you can do in the winter market, and we know how slow management is because they're always looking for value over signing quality players.
Oh,
We're not going to
Shane,
get
you've
anyone
just
special.
reminded me of something. Again, I want you all to just take a deep breath when you hear this. The club is releasing messages like Benacer will be signing a new player. And he's coming back in January. Just want to keep in mind that if they say things like that, to me, that means something.
They can't
Unlikely
even
to
sell him
spend.
to Saudi Arabia. That poor man is so broken that even a Saudi Arabian fucking amateur league won't pick him up. And it's like a new player.
But when you hear shit like, that would be like having a brand new midfielder. Oh my God, no. What does this mean? It means we're not going to go big in January, which we don't do usually anyway.
There's their excuse right there.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to know the names of some of those players for January?
I literally.
There's no
hang
point,
on.
Nico. We're not getting any of them.
Hang on. So I wanted to hear Asmi's
yeah, go. I'm sorry.
predictions.
Apologies.
No worries.
So 3 big teams. We're probably going to win at least one of those games and going to make it look like we're going to win the league. So one of them is going to fall. One of them is going to draw or lose, and definitely one loss of those 3 big teams. Now for the 3 smaller teams, I would actually say the same. One of them we're definitely going to lose it because that's the story of our club. One of them we're going to struggle and either draw or lose it, and definitely going to win one of them. So yeah, we're looking at 2 confirmed wins, 2 maybes, and 2 losses.
Yeah. So Nico, yeah, please go ahead with those names because I was there's
I
been a lot
might
of discussion on.
if I jack up the names, I apologize in advance. First one is Morten Frendrup. He's in Serie A. I think he plays for I want to say Genoa. Yeah, midfielder. Reda Bellahan, Joris Jortard, Lucas Gunnar Dueth, Bukarai Sumar,
What language is this?
Buka Bakarai, Buka Bakarai,
Oh,
Bub Akara. I can't pronounce it. Sumare. Yeah, I don't even know
I
what
mean,
team he's from. But
that's
none of these
yeah,
names are not even top midfield. What are we missing? Where's the Richis?
Ricci.
They're just
Yeah,
using AI. Nico, they're just
Ricci.
using AI at this point.
Who the fuck wants
Yeah,
Italians at this club?
I mean, I think are any of them? So I mean, at least one of them I think is from Serie A, right?
Yeah, Morten
But
Frendrup.
yeah, but
And
so then that
They're
might
not
qualify
Italian,
for things like no, Nick, no, Shane, they're not.
which I agree with because who likes Italians anyway, John?
they're
Who does? I
overrated,
don't
guys.
know,
Come
mate.
on.
They're overrated, John.
Nico, you can stop it. Stop pushing my buttons. Nico, you can take off the share. You can close that down, man.
Nico, Gio, Forza Coast to Coast, Gio. Nice to see you, man. Nico speaking 6 different languages for transfer
That's right.
target.
Going international.
It's oh, gee, that's a legend.
So
But
beef.
yeah, it's been it's for again for a week where we have not played. It's been a hell of a lot of negative shit, isn't it? Again,
It's hard to have anything positive though at some point, you
but
know.
Shane, it's our 125th anniversary. It should be an absolute party. You know,
That's it.
it should be a time to remember the greats.
Did,
This is what I'm saying. It's like
did you
it's
guys see the news about us wearing the 125th jersey for some match in Syria?
oh really?
Yeah, it
125th?
was.
Which one's that?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
this is the
the one they
magical
just
new what? Another money scam. Okay.
remember that jersey that went that they were asking the fan base to vote on.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, that one. I wondered what happened to that. Okay, yeah.
So it's getting released, and they're gonna I guess wear it against some team, but not against Juve or any big team like that. Where the
I
hell is it?
mean,
I don't know if you guys remember when we wore the 120th year anniversary jersey. We drew that game, so we don't have a good
Mm.
record when it comes to these
that's good.
anniversaries
That's
of
good.
sorts.
It's good memory there, Husney.
Versus Genoa. Okay, at least we're doing it
Yeah,
against
Genoa.
the
That's the one.
historical
Yeah.
club. So it could
So
be worse.
yeah, against Genoa.
So that means a design was picked from a fan that had submitted a design. Is it? Is that so? Someone
No, I think
won the
they
competition.
allow people to go on the website and choose different options.
Oh, I see.
And it's gonna have the gold trim. So it's gonna look fucking tight. So it's gonna be isn't that the black and red? And then it's gonna have the gold.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's gonna look fucking tight. I'm not gonna lie.
Imagine us losing in that jersey against Genoa.
It's kind of written in the stars now. Now that you've said it, Gio, we should be fucking sleeping, man. I like fucking. I just wanted to.
Yeah, but we wanted to do a
125th.
125th special, Geo, man. It was like first time we've all got together at the same time. So
That's
this
it.
is what it takes.
And
Too
this
many
stuff
time
helps.
zones, mate.
This stuff helps when you
Yeah,
wait.
I'm
whiskey
I'm
helped before
actually
too.
Yeah.
yeah. It's you're having at 7:30 in the morning, mate. That's nuts, Shane.
No, I'm joking.
Absolutely
There's no
nuts.
fucking way I drink this early. Not till 8:30.
Yeah. I didn't put in those slides. I didn't put Ibra's comments because he also came up with some stupid crap. I'm trying to remember what it was. Does anyone else remember what it was that he said?
Something
honest.
about Easy Tiger.
Did he
It's
say
cool.
that?
He said that on his post.
Okay,
Bruh.
I'm just googling what stupid shit
said-
has
he
Ibrahimovic
said-
said.
Did
he's
Ibra say?
Tiger.
Yeah. What is the latest?
Oh, me and
Oh my God.
Franzarella over here.
Because it's got to be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Where the hell is it? Oh, well, there's the Christmas. Oh, he's advertising his paddleball center.
oh, I did hear he dropped a couple of hints about what's that guy who plays for Man United, Lindelof.
Oh,
Apparently they
hell
were
no.
trying to get him on a free.
oh my God.
Mm.
That's a hell of a player. That's gonna move the needle.
Yeah, I know. It's like this. It's
Kim's
the
been
answer
trying
all
to
our
join,
prayers.
apparently. Someone sent him the link.
Yeah, hold on. I've been napping over here, guys. I'm not
Oh, he was
talking.
driving. That's all right. He can't. He's driving. He can't. Definitely
That's-
don't, Kim.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Don't drive in pod. Oh my God. Is he driving and podcasting?
Oh no,
Who's this? Is this Kim?
It's Kim.
we are not
Oh,
liable
shit.
if you crash that fucking car, Kim.
Yeah, mate. It's not me.
Oh shit! This is always dangerous.
What is happening here?
It's a dead silence.
That's
That's it.
not a good sign, is it? I
Are you
was
live?
driving. It's in the past.
Now I have stopped driving because I have
Alright.
crashed the car.
Yeah.
I'm good now.
He's
All
good
right.
now. All right.
Oh wait.
All right,
And
And
he
so he
dropped.
goes.
All right. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're safe, Kim.
So what else to cover though? Y'all send
Oh,
out links?
Gio,
We can,
get,
Gio. Hold on.
send. Can you? Has anyone got Gio's number? Let's try to get him on.
Yeah, I got his number. Hold on, I'll send it.
Go on, Gio.
So unusual streaming at this time.
Let's get another country in.
Let's get West Coast. All right, let's send it to
That'd be
Gio.
crazy. This is
now.
definitely a record for us, isn't it, Husney? Time zones covered. This is the biggest.
This is it.
Gio.
I don't think we've done it before. When I remember once when Steve, Strasbourg Steve, was on.
Oh, yes, of
yeah.
course.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Oh,
that
a
was
while back. It was a while
Ages
back.
ago, man. I was still in
Yeah.
Kenya at that point.
All right, G. We sent the link out directly on WhatsApp. So
Yeah.
Get
Want to
you
hear
on.
Gio's opinion. But yeah,
Hmm.
I won't lie, guys. I've seen a couple of nice shirts in that Milan store, and I'm gonna be there. So I
Don't
know what
spend
we
money
said.
on
I
this
know.
sham
I know
of a
what you
club.
said, Shane. I know what you said.
It's-
Bastard Cardinalis put a white polo that I really like, man.
man, Jerry got you hooked.
I saw.
Don't
a
come
nice
back with the
captain-
book.
He's come back with two books in case he loses one.
If I come back with the book, I'll be like, I've stolen it. There's no way I'll actually buy it.
That's it. Gio in the house and
Gio,
can't
what's
buy it.
happening, bro?
What's happening, G?
Not much, man. Hold on. Just hold on. Let me.
Are you in your kids' room, G?
Yeah, man. Hold on.
there we go.
Can you hear me?
Kim.
And there's Kim.
Kim
Yeah.
has arrived safely. All right, that's fine.
Come on, man. This is a record, hasn't he?
What
It's not
happened?
going to be stable after this many people.
Let's crack open.
Yeah,
the
this is record.
tequila,
This is
boys. Look at the tequila
is a
and
record.
the beers.
Six
We've
countries,
literally
yeah.
got the whole world. We've got the whole world.
Oh, it's a party now.
Yeah.
Start with Kim while Gio's getting himself sorted. Kim, how are you been, man? You enjoying the 120?
What's going on, guys? What's good? Nah,
You buying
man.
that book, Kim? You buying the book, Kim?
How many of
Fuck
the books are
no.
you buying?
If I get my hands on that book, I'll personally go over there. I'll slap them in the face, both sides, and then ram it up their ass. That's what they can do with it.
It's prefaced
What a
by
joke.
Cardinale.
What a joke.
That's Milan
Seriously.
history right there, Kim.
Yeah, but for that price, he must be for real. He's taking the piss.
Kim, it's made
Come
with
on.
real Milanismo, mate. It's
squeezed out
You
of
know
Gerry
what?
Stacks.
Made in
The thing
America.
is, there's gonna be people out there that are actually stupid enough to pay that price, and that's just gonna slowly help Gerry pay the loan as well.
I know who's going to buy it. Puccio's going to buy it. I know it.
Future
Definitely
already got
not.
it.
I'm
Oh,
definitely not.
He got the advanced copy.
He's a real fan. Only real fans will spend that on a fucking book.
Fuck no,
Like what,
All right.
10?
not for me.
Gio, how's it going? Welcome, man.
Man, it's going, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, this Milan team has taken me like to like a whirlwind, man. It's just like very disappointing. I mean, I've been saying it for a while. We got the talent. I think we just needed the manager or something. And I'm gonna give like a message out to Jerry. If you don't want to spend money on Italians because they're expensive and shit like that, then get a manager that's Italian or somebody that's been in the league. Because I mean, that's why I feel like the off and on with the players. It's like you can't beat Real Madrid, and then in Calgary you can't defend, you can't do all this stuff, and the game is not done. Why you started taking out all these players? Like, why did you take out all these players? Like, knowing that our defense is shaky. It's just disappointing. Like to hear every week. Like, why do we have to give this guy 3 more games, 2 more games? Like, like what the fuck are we like in kindergarten? Like, just very disappointing, and I don't
Hmm.
know. And then like my thing is like everybody knows like I know Husney watched Premier League. I know Shane watched Premier League. Like and Nico, like we all knew Emerson was trash. He was trash, man. And then we spend what like 15 to 20 mil on him. It's like and at a good salary. How are we gonna get rid of these guys? We can't even get rid of F and Balo Torre, who's making like 1.5. And look at Divock Origi. Like, let's start like being honest. Like, I don't even know what's going on. Futuro sucks, and then we don't look at our development in Primavera. Like, there's other fans that like, oh no, we're doing good in the league. I don't care about the league. The league that it doesn't excite me from this young pup. Like, we were like top 2 teams in Europe. We just uh missed out in the final for the little puppies. You know, maybe because we had 3 big players out injured. I know that's no excuse, but looking now, we're in 29th place. How 2 years in a row we're the best team with no trophies to win in Europe as a U19, and now we're 29. We're not even gonna make the next cut. Like that's warming. And then Fortuna, they getting beat up everywhere they go. How you gonna send
they
these
are.
guys,
Hmm.
17 years old guys? They like I said, like these guys in Serie C, they're like 29, 30-year old, bro. Like that they
They're
fighting for
men.
their life. You cannot do that for 18, 17 years old. And that's why I think they failing. But it like to me, I said it and a lot of people got pissed off and I didn't really like Ibra. He was talking too much shit.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like this is not religion over here. Okay, this is real deal. Like we got the talent. You seen Tijani exploding. Like now it's time for you to invest. Okay, look at like a deal like Kiesa. I knew it wasn't gonna work at Liverpool, but if we could have
Yeah.
spent like $10 million over here, slower league, he could have done something. But we're not taking risks. Nico was speaking fucking French. He was speaking Bosnian. He was speaking Czech
All of it.
Republican. Like these guys, like what you know. Shit, I was surprised he didn't speak Spanish. To be honest with you, with the guys that we're doing,
Yo, you
it's
didn't
Ricci or bust. That's what it is to me. Ricci or bust, and the timetable is right now because Manchester City need a player like Tajani,
They
and
do. Yeah.
they will drop 100 million, and you know Jerry Cardinale is a stripper, so if they drop 100 million for him, he's going.
Have
Done.
you heard, Gio, though? Have you guys heard this? That the player that Man City are seriously looking at, and the top of their list is actually Chalanolu. Have you heard this?
No.
Yeah,
He's
because
double different
he
numbers.
could play deep playing because Pep likes Italian players or technical players, but I don't know. But I think Real Madrid too at Tijani. I don't know, but we're gonna see. I told Fabio too. We're gonna see what the mindset of this ownership because they coming in for Tijani either in January or in the summer. Somebody's coming in for him, and they're gonna drop 100 million. And I think that's something that I mean they're not gonna be able to say no.
Gio,
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to
Yeah.
be anywhere near 100 million because even for Liao's case, what the rumors I've been hearing is like 80, 90. I mean, that's how low they're setting the valuation of these players.
Did you guys hear about Origi? No.
We can't
No.
get
Heard
rid
of
of it
Rigi's
because of tax reasons,
training at
right?
other clubs, bro, isn't he?
So he's been seen in Florence, Venice,
Yeah, Roma.
Rome. So essentially, right, and this is like fair fucking Jews to the man, right? Because he knows, right? He's never going to play. So essentially, he's just taking his time off, right, getting paid and visiting spots around Italy because he can't leave Italy for more than 6 months for the tax rules.
Oh,
So
really? Yes, of
he's
course.
literally
Yeah.
just touring around Italy, man. It's a fucking thing, and fair
For
fucking
free,
Jews, right?
free money.
Like honestly,
He's taking Jerry's money, huh?
yeah, wasn't a dream.
It
Yeah.
was, yeah, Shane. Actually, they definitely said that he was training in many different cities in Italy, but not in Milan.
Yeah. And then look at the manager that I wanted. Everybody knows that I wanted Palladino. I said, remember Galliani
Yeah.
said that he saw him in his bro. He's making Moise Kean play ball. Like I was saying, like all these new managers that have come into Serie A that started this year, they have a style of play. Like us, it's just sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. That like Gattuso said, like we don't know what we're doing. Like, we play good versus Real Madrid. The next day, we don't know if we're gonna win. So
Mm.
it's just like that's what's disappointing. That's why I can't believe it, Fonseca. 12 games already in. Lazio know what they're doing, and that's just Fiorentina know what they're doing. Thiago Motta, he know what he's doing. He's defending and trying to like work out the offensive, but we don't know what we're doing. We don't know if we're gonna defend, we're gonna attack. Players are saying that they don't know when to attack and play. Like, come on, man. Like this is like, come on, we're not Arsenal over here. Let them play around. But this is Milan, man, and it's just disappointing. I don't know. We got the players. We got an attacker. We got a midfielder now. Right? We got a goalkeeper. We got a left back. But I don't know. I think we just need to find a midfielder. I think Ricci could replace what Tonali was, the heart, the green and
Oh no,
everything.
no! You
And
just
then,
reminded me.
but
Jesus
but the
Christ.
thing, but the thing is like this. Like Nico, you know about it. Like in baseball, my Dodgers, the Red Sox, they gave us Mookie Betts, and after they gave us Mookie Betts, 2 championships. It's like you cannot rip out the heart and soul of a team and expect to be competing and stuff like that. And that's what they did when they sold Tonali. They sold him. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
Okay, I understand it was the gambling or whatever. Maybe you would have never found out if you would have never left Italy and shit like that. But who knows? But it's like you can't take out the soul of the team and then expect to have it with non-Italian players. And
We could
that's
have
what it
kept
is.
Tonali. We could have kept Tonali. Maybe signed, Pulisic and Tijani instead, right? Instead of the
I just
other
don't understand why we're not
wasted
looking at
players.
Allegri already.
I want the
'Cause-
chain smoker.
Yeah, sorry, I don't think so, man. Because if you think about it, right, it all we'll get is just beautiful football when we get smashed 3-1 by fucking Verona or Cagliari because we don't have the defense, man. This is the thing. At least Allegri, he'd beat some sense into our defense because we need it, man. That's where we suck.
Allegri
Going
would
forward,
put
we're all right.
Morata on the goal line.
If we win fucking ugly, right? If that gets us the second star,
Hold on, Shane. So Sarri is more long term, right? I would say.
You know what?
Allegri is more of a stopgap, right? He's not. I don't think he's going to continue on after next season. Then who do you
That's
get?
fine. We gave Don Carlo. Don Carlo about to get fired.
Right. We
The
can't have
Last
one Don
Dance.
Carlo. We can't
Don
afford.
Carlo, The Last Dance, Nico.
We're not paying.
Said he
His,
wants
what
to
is he making
retire,
$8
though.
million a year?
There's a player that I want to bring up, guys, and this might
Please
interest
say
you.
it.
It's,
He has to be an Italian player. We don't want to hear.
are
We
you ready?
Eastern Europeans. We already heard it right now. We need
Well,
some.
Simic is a conversation on Simic and the press releases he's come out with in his interviews.
Mm.
So he has come out and said, they said that I wanted more money and to be a starter. It's all false. I never wanted to push these things. I always made myself available. Then he says this. I was so proud to score on my debut with Milan. Leao was the first to celebrate with me, then Giroud. I should have been played earlier on in the season, but Pioli had decided differently. And then the last thing, playing with in Serie C with Milan Futuro, no. There were no other options. These are his comments, guys. Just want to hear your opinion on these because that's a player we should not have let go of with the shit that we have now.
I know what. Like we gave up Kalulu and we gave up Simic for fucking Emerson and Pavlovic, who well he played good versus one team, and then ever since then he's been. I don't know. See, that's the thing that like what is my thing with the ownership has always been is what's the plan? What is the plan? Why are you stockpiling on time? Like if you read the report on Simic, when Stuttgart wanted to sue us in return because we stole him, he's a top talent. Stuttgart, Schalke, they're the two best academies out there, and yeah, BBB, but they had to do it in crisis. But all from in Germany, a lot of the top players that came out of the Schalke Academy and Stuttgart Academy. So it's just like we stole them, and then it's like okay, we give them. We don't even know. And it's like Emerson, we got Jimenez. Why did we buy Jimenez? Why did we spend the 5 million? We should have just sent it back. We don't want to give him no chances. We haven't Terracciano playing left back. It's just crazy, John. I cannot support. I'm gonna support the team. I'm always watching, but like I can't support whatever management is doing. Like we don't even know what we're doing. What's the plan? If they gave us the plan, I think we would all agree with it. But look at
Gee,
Simic. Look at Simic. He had 2 games, Nico, right back to back. We kept 2 clean sheets, and then we
we
never
saw what
seen
he
him
did.
again.
We saw the kid what he can do in a short time. He looked a lot more comfortable back there
I
than
think
even
Kim is
Pavlich
trying to
does.
join.
Yeah, I'll get him in. Hold on, guys.
Because I think he's got quite strong opinions on Simic. So it'd be good to hear from Kim. He's been a
No, and
huge
then
supporter of Simic.
you know what? You know what drove me crazy when people were telling me Simic wasn't any good when we were watching him play.
Yeah,
That's what happens
and
is
they're
when you sell
saying
him.
they're telling me that Chow's better than him. Come on now.
Vince, completely agree with your comment. Can someone bring up Vince's comment here?
Yeah, I got it. Hold on, I'm on it.
This is good stuff, man. This is good stuff. This is what we need to be talking about, man. It's like
Man,
Fernandinho's comments.
thank you guys for coming out, doing this, man. I needed this therapy. I haven't been able to do any content and stuff like that, but this is they pissed me off on Saturday. I'm just gonna say that.
100%, Vince. 100%.
What did he
Yeah.
say? What's the comment?
All
Can
this
you
club
read
and
it?
ego-driven management is doing is clearing out Maldini's moves, which are solid in many ways. What they're doing now is making stupid decisions that are not trumping Maldini.
Mm.
And then you've got Fardinho saying, I seriously don't trust Furlani, Moncada, or Ibra with buying players. They will pile the club with average foreign players.
That's literally
Completely
what's
agree.
happening. Yeah.
We're seeing it
They're
right
all
now.
being. They're all spiteful and ignorant. They are.
Yeah.
There's no plan.
And
The only plan
Yeah.
is buy time. Hopefully get something done around the stadium, break some ground, and then just, I don't even think he's going to stick around. I don't think he's going to stick
No,
around for the completion at this point because I think it's
I
just.
hope not.
Which stadium are you talking about? Our own stadium or the one that we were sharing with Inter?
Oh yeah, no. This is the other thing that's such a pain in my fucking testicles, right? Like we've had to go this financially prudent route, right? And we've had to suffer, and Inter have gotten their second star, right? And suffering like fuck, watching Inter fucking get into the Champions League final, right? Despite being financially irresponsible compared to us, right? And our gift is potentially sharing the same fucking stadium with those cunts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then
Our
the other thing,
suffering has been the outcome is equal. Like we've suffered and they haven't. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? When Scaroni was talking at that book launch, and he said, "Let's be honest, there's only one Milan club here." People clapped. Marotta literally dropped him in the fire, set fire to the man by saying, "Good luck getting the second star." That's all he had to say. Humiliate all of us in what Scaroni's such an idiot. I don't care that he's visited various Milan clubs. I understand that he's done that, and it's a nice move for some people, but that doesn't mean you support a moron as a president. Can I just
I
read one
think
last thing, guys?
I think the old age is getting to him as well.
Well said, Vince. So, I think honestly, so Vince,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So Vince is a comment. This fucking stadium project is now even going to shit. It was really the only thing I had on this new Redbird approach. I feel you in so many ways, Vince. It's like he figured out how hard it is in Italia and is giving up. To be honest, yes, right? Like it's
But the thing that's crazy, everyone, the thing that's crazy is that we are not owners of the club. We are fans of the club, and we all knew this. How many years ago did we know this? The moment they came in and they spoke these words, we immediately said, let's do some little bit of looking into what it takes to build a stadium in Italy. And you realize very quickly you can't do it as a foreigner. You need to be within the system. So how is it that we as fans, we have no stake except for passion for the club? I'm going to say it again, real Milanismo. That's why we're all here today, this morning, tonight, whatever time of the bloody day it is for you guys all over the world. Yeah. And we knew what was going on. So how can they not, after they've spent 1.2 billion buying the fucking club?
Arrogance, plain and simple. That's why.
I think it's like I mean the thing is like John, I think if we would have got Middle Eastern owners, because Middle Eastern they don't fuck around. Like they know if they not you're not gonna be able to build a stadium, they wouldn't even buy. But like Jerry, he just wants a young Hung Lee, like just like when he bought Argentina's economy, bro. Like these guys and Elliot, they don't give a f about anything. They just care about like getting more money, getting more money. Because if you looked at like, okay, I'm Middle Eastern, I got a lot of money. Why would I buy a club and then basically like there was a clause that they put only for them for the Middle Eastern only that that they had to get a portion of the revenues for the next 15 years if they were able to build a stadium. Why would I give you that? Like basically overpaying because 1.2 billion is overpaying.
It is. Yeah.
Because we don't own our own stadium. If we would own
Yes.
if we had our own stadium, we're going for 4 billion. That's why
Spot on. Yeah.
Chelsea went for that much money, 3 billion, because they own their own stadium. Like even everybody says that, like, okay, these guys overpaid for Milan because they don't have their own stadium, and I don't think they'll be able to like get those revenues. But they are getting the revenues. But I just want somebody to tell them we miss out on Champions League this year. The only way that you're going to get the revenues is you got to sell Mike, you got to sell Theo, and you got to sell Rafael Leao, and Tajani to recoup the money that you're gonna get. Like you have to spend. I think right now is what I want them to do is take a risk. Okay, they want Ricci, right? I cancel the loan at Monza for Maldini, and I tell them, look, I give you
Oh.
25, and I sell you Maldini. If that's if you don't want him at the club, not saying because I don't want him at the club, you know why they don't want him at the club, but you to do him that look, nationality player, he's worth 15, Richie 25, and Maldini, we got a deal. That's the risk I'm willing to take. But if you're gonna go get this guy that I don't even know, Nico is speaking like 7 different languages. We don't know. We need somebody that is gonna be Italian, and we know that Gabbia loves the thing, but he doesn't have that star quality because a lot of people shit on him. But you see a Ricci, you see a Maldini. You see a Tonali coming out beast and shit. Every time Tonali's scoring, doing his thing, I cry because
First goal for
like we
Italy,
had him.
bro. First
That's
goal.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's the risk I want them to take and stuff like that. And it's just sad. The stadium ain't gonna get built because he has to pay back the loan.
Yeah. So you've mentioned the player, and I'm just going to give you some facts on Maldini. Daniele Maldini, cost of getting him from Milan, €0. He has a contract until the 30th of June 2026 with an option to increase it by a further year if Monza survive this season. They stay in Serie A. Milan has 50% of future revenues. And now listen to this. The purchase price, which is valid until July 2025, for an Italian club, they can buy him outright for 12 million. A foreign club, 15 million. Those are the actual facts on the Maldini deal. You tell me, please, any of you, tell me that our management know what they're doing.
Can I just want to state one point on the Maldini thing? So
Go.
there was a lot of people saying from the fan base, right, that it's like there is no way that Maldini will rock up at Inter. And it's like you realize the ownership that we have. They don't care, but they don't give a shit. If Inter will, if it was a situation where the deal was favorable for this ownership, like they'd sell him to Inter in the morning. They'd sell Leao to Inter in the morning if it worked out for him. They don't give a shit. So, I mean, we're like the deals. So when we're talking about good deals, right, for players, it's like that only works for players that are incoming, right? But when we're giving a direct rival like Juventus Kalulu for what is a very small fee, I think,
3 million
compared,
trash. That's
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for the player that he is. And I understand the context of, well, we got him for such a low price, right? So, and it's still a huge markup, right? I get that. But you don't reinforce a direct rival in a position that they needed help in. With a player like that, when it's a player that we could have had fucking value from, and instead we got some sort of a UFC fighter from fucking, what's his name, Pavlovich.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the guy is fucking dangerous. Like
Everybody knew that going in, what kind of player he
And
was.
you know what, Shane?
That's the
Juve,
thing.
soon after picking up Kalulu, one of their players, is it Bremer, picked up a really serious ACL injury, and they had
Yeah.
a ready-made sub in Kalulu.
And they lost
They've
Cabal
been
too.
destroyed.
They lost 2 center backs, Juve.
There you go.
So imagine if we didn't have Kalulu, they would right now they got Kalulu and what's his name, Gotti, playing center back.
It's just madness. It's
And
madness.
look, and I'll tell you something else, Shane. I say if Atalanta comes in for him, Atalanta pay only 6 million because we like bending over for Atalanta. For what reason? Like they don't gotta
Yeah.
pay us for the Catalate for the next 2 years. Like what are we doing, bro? You guys want money or you guys don't want money? I don't really understand. The Catalate
negotiating,
had
man.
a good season.
We're
How are
not
you
doing it.
giving a discount on a guy that has the potential to blow out and he's
Oh,
doing good
mate.
again this year, and then you want to give him a discount?
Mate.
But when we want
I
a
mean,
player, when we wanted Okoli, they told us, "Nah, you got to pay 40 million." Like what the hell,
Yeah,
bro? And
man.
now he's over there on loan. Like, come on, like they got to do us a favor. I don't know the Maldini. Who else we got that we gave up for free?
Those are the 2 big ones,
Brett,
Maldini and
oh,
CDK.
Brescianini. Brescianini could play for Atalanta or whoever, but he can't play for Milan. All these players are going to play for clubs that are competing with us, but they can't play for us. Like
And
I don't really
Brescianini
understand.
was being looked at seriously by Napoli, I believe.
Napoli and Inter, one of them, yeah. Like this is the thing that I don't understand. Like we sell our youth academy and then they go do something else. We gave up
yeah.
on Paquetá. The only reason that he hasn't been sold for 120 million is because he got a gambling scandal. You know, so it's just crazy. Like I think we give up too much on players. Like I don't know. Like look at Ballon d'Or Rodri. If you look at his first season at Manchester City, he was like a fuck. He was trash. He was Bambi on ice. But second season, boom, it's just crazy. I don't know. I just don't like. I just don't like selling players for free and then 50%. I don't know. I
It
just
is ridiculous.
Adley is another one. I
Yeah.
think Vince Mancini mentioned in the chat.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Adley
Adley, yeah.
yeah. Look
Fiorentina.
at Ali, but
Completely.
that's because he has a good manager, Palladino. I told people that
Mm.
if Galliana, he seen him in his dreams. Gio saw him in his dreams too, but they don't want to believe. Keane has fallen off for the last 3 years. Let's be honest. Now look how much he's scoring.
Yeah, I love how confident he is now. He looks like a completely different player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's him. Palladino throwing his jacket now. I told these guys, man. And then if Mota doesn't succeed, you already know Juve gonna get him in the next 2 years. Like I don't know. Like you don't want to get Italian players, then you have to get an Italian coach or somebody that had played in Serie A for like 15 years, and then he became a coach and stuff like that. Because
Well, that's
other than that, nobody cares.
G.
Nobody cares.
G.
That derby, uh-huh.
That's the only way you win a Scudetto. G. How many non-Italian coaches have won that shit? Right? Only what, 2 or 3?
Yeah.
I can
I
name
mean,
Mourinho and Ericsson, I guess I can
That's
name.
it. Those are the 2 big ones. Other than that, in the last 40, 50 years.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just I don't know. It's disappointing.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
If you
know where
think
we
of,
go.
I'm like,
it,
I get this week we play Belgium, right? Italy play Belgium, and I was like looking at the national squad, and I sent a text message to the WhatsApp group, and it was like literally listing out the clubs in Italy that these players came from. Retegui. Actually, let's do this exercise. Gio, Retegui, club that he's from.
Atalanta,
Barella,
Inter,
Di Marco,
Inter,
Fratesi.
Inter. But you see, Fratesi shouldn't be there, John. He doesn't play, but he does good in La Nazionale, so he gets a slide.
Yeah, we're not
Okay.
finished with Inter. Bastoni, right?
Inter,
It's ridiculous. Then you've got Cambiaso, who's Juve, I believe.
you,
Provella, I think he's a Lazio, but he's a
Lazio.
Juve loan, right?
I wanted Raviola, Rovella. I said it.
And
Him and Ricci.
and
But
then you've
I
got
mean,
none other than Buongiorno and Di Lorenzo. And Buongiorno we wanted,
Yeah,
right?
best center back in Syria right now. One of the
It's just
best.
chaos. It's absolute chaos. You look at the national squad, you saw Tonali. It just hurts. It genuinely hurts. The guy has come on leaps and bounds since coming back from that ban. It's like
yeah.
he's grown as a player. I
but
don't
you see,
know. I don't
the
know.
thing is, though, is that we shouldn't be surprised we're not getting Italians because of the markup, because we are working within the realms of Moneyball, right? So the
Yeah,
thing is,
but then Shane, they need to tell us we're gonna be the next Red Bull Leipzig,
Mm,
Red
no,
Bull
but that's it.
Salzburg. We're
They
selling
don't even need
club.
to tell us at this point, man. And it's like this is why we're fucked, and we will never consistently under Redbird. We will never consistently challenge for trophies if we even challenge, right? So the way and the reason being is that we will continue getting these 20 million players, right? Let's say we get 20 million players, right? Maybe 2 of them will work out. The other 3 don't really work out. They get recycled into more Moneyball players, right? You know what I mean? This doesn't scale and it doesn't make us competitive. Meanwhile,
Shane,
like clubs with a serious project, like the likes of Inter, that have a guy who knows exactly what he's doing, like Murata, right? Like they will
Half
fucking
the
run
Italy
away with
squad
this
into Milan now, Shane. You see what
thing.
is happening here?
Hmm.
It's ridiculous. It's like
Shane,
We've
uh,
swapped.
sorry to
Yeah.
break it to you guys.
Hmm.
Cardinale thinks the Berlusconi Cup is actual trophy. This is
Yeah.
why we're always
Oh
competitive.
my God!
Oh shit. Yeah, that's not
I
hard to
like
believe.
um. Look at from that Italy score. They like to these Juventino assholes like to say like Italy never won nothing with no Milan players. But look at that starting lineup. We had Nesta, right, for 2006. We had Gattuso and we had fucking
Zambrotta,
Pirlo.
I think, as
Yeah,
well, no? Mm.
yeah. And then I think Geraldino, if not Geraldino, was still like around. But look at how many players we had at that time, and now they like to
Inzaghi.
say, "Oh yeah, people, my favorite." I mean, the
Gattuso,
thing is,
yeah.
I don't know. Shane, they have. How much do you pay a month to watch Milan? How much do you pay?
Oh, I pay fuck all. I stream it for free.
Okay, hey man, just you should have just gave a price. Nico, I
Uh,
know you pay like 11.99 a month
Yeah, I got
because
the Disney Plus start,
yeah,
whatever the
yeah,
hell it is
yeah,
on here.
yeah. And then Husney paying like $20. I'm paying like $10. Lab Gorilla, he paying the most for
Now it's
Sky.
£5 a match. Now it's £5 a match in the
Look at
UK,
this
man.
shit. So they have to tell us, Shane, whether they just showing us what they action. They have to tell me like, look, this is what we have. Like we're gonna be our RB Milano. They need to tell us.
mhm. No, this is the way it has to go, man. Like honestly, and the only fix for this, unfortunately, is new management. Like it's it starts from the top because it like
So
we can't be surprised either because I mean this is built on some magic fucking algorithm, right? That was invented for a completely different sport in a completely different culture where the expectations on winning are completely different, where there's no relegation, and we're fucking surprised that it's not working. It's like this.
yeah,
Do you
yeah.
know what I
Shane,
mean?
my Dodgers blew out the money ball this season. We
Mm,
had the most. We had the highest salary, and we won it all. And the money ball was only gonna work at a certain time. And then
Well,
like look at Nico's team. Like next year, the Mets. They're gonna either if we don't win it, they're gonna win it because they're about to sign Juan Soto for like 700 million. Like we
what?
breaking the algorithm. The algorithm is broken. Moneyball is not gonna get you championships no more. Whether you're in the States or you're in Europe, Moneyball is not working no more. Either you spend the money or not. Manchester City has spent the money, and look how many years that they've been on top. Real
mm,
Madrid has spent the money, and look how many years they're on top. And we know Barcelona has spent the money. That's why they're basically bankrupt, and they
mm.
won. Bayern too. Bayern buy all their best players from their rivals. So
Yeah.
if you don't
But
spend, then
that's the
we
thing
don't know.
between consistent ownership, though. Like if you look at Bayern, right, consistently throughout history, they'll always pop up and win a Champions League every now and then, right? Despite
Mhm.
playing in a very average league like the German league, right? But the
But
thing
we
is
should be the Bayern of Italy, Shane.
we
We
should be,
should.
we should. But the thing
That's
is that
Juventus, Gio.
No,
I
Juventus, but they're look, lab. They local. They local in the sense that they're big in Italy. They're like the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But then when you leave the
Okay.
states, it's crazy. Ain't no Cowboys. And Mexico, what is it? Nico is 49ers, right? Because I know they have a big thing in Mexico City, like
Raiders 49ers,
Raiders,
which is
my
the
team
Colts.
Raiders, who suck, who've been sucked for the last 20 years. They're big, and you see, like Juve got they following only in Italy.
Mm.
Just look at like NYC Club. They doing big things. Like Mark over there in Boston, they're doing things with CBS Paramount. Like it's like we ball out, man. That
Mhm.
Calgary game at Milan Cup SoCal was crazy. We seen so many people come out and it was a 9 o'clock game, man. Like I think that they're taking us for granted of like where we go. Shane he should meet up with the Milan Malagas, but he don't want to do that because he might not come home. He might be like out in hibernation for 2 days straight. Cause I heard they go crazy out there, Milan Club Malaga. So, you know, it's just crazy. It's just like okay, we know about the revenues already. I think everybody's tired, whether you're pro management or not pro management. But now it's time to take risks.
So, yeah, but here's the thing, though, man. On the context of risk, right? Cardinale being the grifter that he is, right? That loan is up in August 2025. That has to be paid back in full by that date. He's not going to
It's all
take
up
any
to what
risks until
it's
that's.
honestly, it's what Elliot wants. Whatever Elliot wants, Elliot will get. Because Jerry ain't paying it. Either they restructure the loan, so they get more interest and they extend it, which is
Oh, no.
one really, according to Italian media, there's no risk whatsoever that Gerry defaults. According to them, there's no risk whatsoever. He will either restructure the loan or find someone else to be part of it, or he'll sell players, but he'll be able to cover it because there's enough in the club. That's the opinion here.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Yeah.
But I think honestly, I'd say this: I wouldn't be so much against Gerry Cardinale if he just removed every single fucking manager that he's put in place, because
And
every
himself.
single person. Well, but you've got to. I'm kind of trying to be realistic here, right?
Sure.
I'm trying to think. Right, come on, Ibra, get out. Moncada,
Yep.
get out.
Yep.
Scaroni, leave. And Furlani, of course, out of a cannon.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Replace all of them with people that actually know football. Oh, and of course Fonseca. But then he's not going to do it because it costs money, Shane. You've got to speculate to accumulate. You're not going to bring any revenues based on sporting success this way. The Berlusconi Cup is not going to bring you 50 million in revenues a year,
No. But you see,
even though he thinks it might.
So this is another good point there coming from Vince, right? Says, Kim, you know it's really fucked. Inter is 400 million in debt. They lost their ownership to Oaktree, right? There's no media talking about it. It's like nothing happened. And it's not, right? But the difference is with Oaktree versus the fucking frauds in charge at our club, right? Oaktree, right, pumped money in straight away, right? So they,
Yeah.
they gave Martinez his wage rise. They gave Barella his contract increase, right?
And they
They
made
literally,
Marotta president, mate.
do you see what I mean? Because they know that it's like when we have good people in charge, Cardinale's answer was, fuck out, again, I don't want to make it a Maldini thing, but it's like whatever Maldini did or didn't do, right? He did one thing better than what Redbird has done. We got a league title, right?
Yeah.
But instead, what happened is he was fucked out, right? Massaro was fucked out, and then we've got in these guys who have no experience in doing any of this, and you can see this with the way that they're acting on the transfer market, and everything is stopgap, and everything is like there's no concept of what building a successful team is.
I don't think
Right?
there's any interest.
There's none. There's none. This is literally a waiting exercise until I hope 2025. I hope that maybe some Middle Eastern firm comes in and says, right, we're going to take, we're going to give you whatever this equivalent to the loan is. We'll then, build your fucking stadium, right? And then when it's built, we're going to take over the rest of the club. That would give me some hope. Right, and at least then we'd know where the trajectory of the club is going. But what's dangerous as well
Until
is the
then.
longer that Redbird stay here,
Yeah.
They've
dismantled the club. In my opinion, they've dismantled the club. There's just there's a few new players. I'll give it credit, right, to where it is due. Pulisic is a wonderful football player. I'm gonna give him credit. I did not believe he was that good. He could still be that good when he first joined us. Okay. Reindeers is growing into something that's very interesting. Okay. That's what I'm going to give. Manyan is an incredible goalkeeper.
But that
That's it.
wasn't that was Maldini's signing.
Yeah.
He
Gio,
told
I'm saying
oh
giving
no,
credit to
I'm
the
just saying
players.
the last good signing that Makanda did was Tajani, and then after Tajani, he didn't scout nobody. It was Kalulu. Like you didn't need to scout a Pulisic. You didn't need to scout Fofana. They one name. You know what scouting is? It's like what Sporting Lisbon did. They saw Gucharest and they knew that he didn't do good in the Premier League. They say, okay, we're gonna buy him for $1 million. And now look what he's worth, 150 mil. Like that's scouting. I
Hey,
don't know.
G, in terms of Tajani, Real was looking at him too.
Yeah, but it's
No,
but
so
I think
they
him
knew he
coming
was
from
talented.
PSG. I don't know. I'll just give him that one. But like to me, I don't know. Like what is the real scouting? Like we knew Fofana. Monica had wonderful year when he was there. He was like a 21-year-old. So we knew these guys were all those unknown talents like Kalulu that he was supposed to give us, so we could do actual money ball. Emerson Royale is not scouting, bro. Like
No,
I could give
I
you
don't know
that.
what he is.
That's what this is what I'm saying. Like
That's a
this.
big fuck you.
If Emerson Royale was scouting, then shit. Let's go apply, Husney. Let's go hire. Like I'll get a Salvadoran right back, and then you get a Malaysian right back, and we good, and left back, and we good. Like if that's what scouting is, like Emerson Real, we knew and then I wrote in the chat, I was like, that's disrespectful. He taking Kaká's number, like that's a legendary number.
Oh,
You know, you
let's
don't
not talk about
fucking
shirt
do that.
numbers, Gio. Let's not talk about shirt numbers, mate.
You know, I say,
Pavlovic's shirt number. The fuck?
and then I say you don't do that. And stuff like that. Kaká didn't even answer his call because he was like, "What is this guy calling me for? Like, what the hell is going on with him? Like, you don't do that. Like, this is not scouting." I would only say like Tajani, since then, but everybody else is known. Pulisic was known. I known about Pulisic here since what? Nico in the States when you were living in the States. We known him since he's 17,
Forever.
16, right? So like that's not
He's coming up
scouting.
the ranks.
Yeah.
So the most vicious rumor regarding how Milan target players. Gio, I've heard this of an Italian channel. It's nothing to do with Milan. It's a Milan fan. And he said it was based on potential TV revenues per country. So they decided we need a player from Brazil. I'm just saying
Morata in
that's the
Spain.
most vicious
It
rumor
makes
I've
sense.
ever seen.
It makes sense because Morata is
And to
like a
me,
celebrity
yeah.
here as well. Like,
And it makes more sense, exactly, Shane. And it makes more sense to me
Mm.
than because the market makes no sense on a playing level, does it? Like any of you, ask anyone. My brother-in-law is a Spurs supporter, and he said, "What are you doing getting this guy? He's shit."
How many people buying Royale shirts in Brazil? Not many. I can tell you
Not
that.
much.
No,
Look, you know what's embarrassing to me, Lab and everybody here, is I like when I go, like I was supposed to go this December back to El Salvador, right? But some shit came up. But I'm gonna go in June. You know what's so sad about it? Like there's more. I gotta see these assholes, these entities, does because they more out there because of the last couple years, man. In my own homeland, I gotta go out there and I gotta see these assholes when. And even the owner of my barbershop at the entity said, like, this is what I gotta deal with. Now it's hitting me real life shit and shit like that. Like I said, the Curva only complaining now is because they have to they live in that shit every day. The second estrella, like that shit. It's like you see your friend at the coffee shop. He putting that second star on you. But now it's hitting me in reality here in the States or where I go visit and shit. Like that they gonna like laugh at us and shit like that. But it's just like Moneyball ain't gonna get it done. It's not gonna get it done. And I think Nima he said it the best. That Interista he said it the best. Americans are only good to invest in Italy because Americans are always good for the gambling. We love to gamble. But I'm gonna cut it to you. If you don't make Champions League, you're not gonna be good for the gamble. And I think there's too many good. I've been saying it the last 3 years. A lot of people don't want to agree with me. Serie A has been getting back to what it is, like when everybody was competing. The Seven Sisters, you know who they are.
yeah,
John,
very good.
everybody
Yeah,
knows her. Like, come on. Like, look at the teams. Look at Fiorentina's now. Like Atalanta, they spent big. Like Atalanta outspending us, and they only sold who Coop miners. I think that's the
That's
only
it.
person that they sold. But
it's
they
like
could
80
spend
million though.
120
Yeah,
million. They could set 150 mil. Okay, Skamaka, you're out for the rest of the year. Let me go get rotating. Like when we
bang.
gonna act
Yeah,
like that? When we gonna act like that? Like, okay, we lost Giroud. Okay, let's go spend this on that. Oh, Napoli, you want to get rid of Osterman? Let's get a loan obligation to buy for 80 mil. Like, when are we gonna start acting like that?
Because that shows ambition, G. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're like what to me, I feel like we're one striker away, and then we could play that 2016, 17, like Liverpool heavy metal ball. Like, yeah, you're gonna score on us, but we're gonna beat you just outscoring.
Maybe
Wow, that's
there's
positive,
talks
Gio.
though. There is talks though of them going in for a loan deal for Xerxes from Man U.
No, I don't want him.
How does he fit? How does he fit into this
Because
team right now?
Hmm.
That's
I
the
don't
thing.
even want Cersei because he's damaged goods now. He
Yeah.
went to two big clubs and he failed at Bayern. And you know what's crazy? I think Frank Rijkaard and Van Basten, you get two Dutch legends call you and they tell you to stay in Serie A, not to go to Milan. They just tell you stay in Serie A. It's going to be good for your development. See, this is wrong with the kids today, man. That's what I'm teaching my daughters about, like respect. Like these young kids, they don't respect. Like, bro, if I'm Boston calling me and telling me to stay in Serie A, not even to be with Milan, like just stay for the greater moment of your development, and then you go to Manchester United. You know Manchester United is a cesspool. That Ruben Amaron hire ain't fooling nobody. Okay, it's not fooling nobody. They're gonna do the same shit to them that they did with Ten High. It's gonna be a cycle. It's gonna take. I don't know what's gonna take them revive, but you need to go to Manchester United when it's at a good spot if you're gonna succeed. And look at now, is he putting up Bayern numbers? He not one goal in the first game, and then everybody, all the United fans are shitting on us. We beat you to Xerxes, we beat you to Xerxes. Now they quiet.
Mm.
Now they're not saying nothing. It's like I want them to gamble now. We're good positively. Gerry, why don't you talk after we win? Like when we beat Real Madrid, why didn't you come out with your present? Now we fucking draw 3-3 to Calgary. We're losing to Parma. Why are you talking when we lose? You think people are gonna believe you when we lose or we have a bad result that they're
That,
gonna believe your propaganda?
that's
This
the
is not the
question. Does anyone
this is
believe
not
him?
the United States. Okay? Okay, this is not the United
Oh,
States that where people are gonna believe anything and they're gonna be like, oh, okay. Bro, nobody's believing your shit. Why didn't you come out with that attitude when we beat Real Madrid away? You should have said that everybody will okay, Gerry talking. 3-3 Calgary, Sapa shits on us. Oh, now we in for Sapa. That's the scouting that we're in. If a player scores on us or he has a good game against us, that's how we're scouting. That ain't
That's how,
scouting.
that's how we
Anybody
scout
could do.
Okafor, right? Because he scored that goal against us.
Yeah, but Okafor he did Kalulu during
He
like
did,
on
he
that one.
did, he
But
did.
yeah,
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 I did.
yeah. But like now we're in for Sapa because he scored 2 goals on it. Bro, like what the hell? Imagine me, Nico, Shane, or Lab Gorilla, or Husney go out there. We score a goal on Milan. They scouting us now. Come on, bro. Like let's start being
Hauger,
serious.
don't forget Hauger.
Yeah, how good that
oh
now?
yeah.
How
Quick,
good now? He doing his thing, Husney.
quick flips.
Husney, he scoring more goals than Martin Odegaard. But
Origi, all these guys, all you need to do to get a transfer in, just score against us.
that's what I'm saying. Like, what is scouting is that like? Okay, and stuff like that. And then it's like going back. Oh, we're going back to Thiago Santos because he had a good game and he demolished Real Madrid. Bro, that's the guy you spent 15 million on, not on no Emerson Royale. And then you got to give Emerson Real that $3.5 million contract. Thiago Santos would have been happy with 1 million, 1.5. That's money
We just
ball.
we just
G,
lucky
by the
Qatar didn't
way,
score against us. We won it
yeah,
back.
by the way, Kim brought up Coyote before earlier in the chat.
Who?
Coyote from Fiorentina.
Oh,
Mm.
Kyle Dane, my God, man. Yeah,
Coyote,
he not
Coyote,
even
yeah.
yeah. Like, but see, this is the thing. Like, I don't. But they not gonna make the move for him. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's been
Uh,
struggling too. He hasn't been the same player this year because he's not playing any minutes.
him and Parisi not playing any minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
It's like I don't
He
know.
was he was a
We're
starter,
gonna.
guys. When before Palladino went to Fiorentina, he was a starting right back for Fiorentina. Garude. He was supposed to be playing next to Doji over in the national team on the other side.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, let's take a risk now. Let's take him. Okay, he's not popular with Fiorentina. I'll take Parisi. I'll take Holiday on loan in January with an option to buy at 10 to 15 million. But they're not gonna do those deals. They're not gonna do those deals because I don't know. You already got the most marketable player that you can have, and that's what Pulisic.
That's
Why do you that's it? Like, you're not gonna get nobody else.
So just Gurnardi, great point here, right? So he said, our club success is built on the winning tradition of the Berlusconi era. Completely agree, right? So replicating the Moneyball story, Oakland days, is like dismantling the club tradition. It is
Yes,
pretty
but
much. It
Gerry addressed this point exactly. He said the Berlusconi model does not exist in 2024. That's what Gerry said.
for me.
He believes
Yeah, it did.
that's what he forgot for me. That's what he forgot. Because he was like, that model of a billionaire or a state owning a club no longer exists, which is absolute shit. It shows he doesn't understand anything.
That
What's Man City?
he don't understand even in his own country. I'm just telling you right now. Like, the richest owner in baseball is Cohen. That's Nico's team. They gonna spend so much money this off season to win. I know it's not different from relegation and stuff, but they about to spend like 500 to 600 million to win in salaries.
That's
Like,
the Yankees
I'm
used to
just
do
talking
that back
for
in the
the
day.
year. I'm talking for the year. I'm probably gonna spend like 5 billion this off season, like during the duration of the contract. Like, Moneyball ain't working, man. And the
No.
A's, that's why they not in Oakland no more. They in Vegas, because nobody wants them no more. That Moneyball is with analytics and stuff like that. But like I said, my Dodgers showed everybody that it's not analytics no more. You pay
I,
the
thi-
piper, and that's it.
I think
And
Cardinale missed the beat there, right? So if he relocates AC Milan, the club, right, over to
Oh, here
Croatia,
we go.
we'd win the league every year.
What did you
to
say? What did
Croatia,
you say,
but he's
Shane?
not gonna get the revenue though, Shane. In
Uh,
Croatia,
Shane, you're absolutely spot on, mate. Trophies every single season. Actually,
every
you know
season.
what, guys? He could transfer the club over because it's not Italian.
There we go. There we go.
Bang!
It's an American
Boom!
club, boys. Come on.
He wants to, yeah, Cardinale is contradicting himself. He said he wants to be Berlusconi 2.0. So, yeah, try and do that. And I know, right? Like, I can understand what Cardinale is saying, right? And to be honest, I don't fully disagree with him. You know, when he's saying, look, it's hard to do it nowadays, right? You know, and things have changed compared to the Berlusconi era, right? Because that was
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
insane, right?
Okay, okay.
But, you know, he's completely doing a counter to the way that Berlusconi was doing it. There's not even a semblance of buying players for success. There's buying fucking, you know, players that no one knows about, hoping they work out.
Shane, I
You know,
quote, Billy
Hmm.
Beans taught me that football in Europe is Moneyball. That's a Gerry quote.
Good
It's
man,
I
utter
Billy.
remember
shit.
that. Yeah, I remember
Utter
that conversation he had.
It is
It's
Moneyball. It's all Moneyball.
it is not, is it? And it's
No.
led to this. So, guys, listen, we're making it out of the Champions League group, all right? With the league table, the league phase, yeah? Because it's
Mm.
clear. We're gonna make it out of that, okay? And then we'll probably get knocked out. Serie A, Gio's made a great point. We've all agreed on this. It's way more competitive this season. It's actually
Mm.
really nice to watch Serie A because it's not like one team's running away with it, right? So it's
It's just
pretty
not
cool
nice
to
to
watch.
watch if you're a Milan fan,
It's
though.
it's awful if you're a Milan fan because now suddenly, unlike last season where teams are sorting themselves out, this season teams
Still
have
the same.
sorted themselves out and they've gone after ambition.
Yep.
You know, Napoli, ambition, Juventus, ambition. Inter stay as they are, and they brought in Taremi to add to their and renewed several players. So we've been left behind. My real concern is that gap. I think, is it you, Shane, that said it? By December, mid-December, we could be over 10 points behind, realistically speaking.
That was the same as last year too, right?
That's what I'm saying. Progress.
But we might be 10 points behind in Champions League spots. The way that we going.
Yeah, man. And you see, the thing is as well, right? It's concerning thing as
That's
well.
right,
is I
Gio.
think
That's right.
there's misplaced anger here as well, which is the thing. I don't blame Fonseca in the slightest because I think he's out of his depth and he doesn't have skills or talent. I do not blame him for the situation at the club, unfortunately. I blame the management to put him in place in the first place because there was better options. So it's like, if, Fonseca gets the chop, all well and good, absolutely fine. We're not going to get a quality manager in to replace him. We'll get in someone who's just enough, you see.
Yes,
this is the thing.
I agree.
And this is where the beef that I have with the ownership comes in. I'm not being stupid and saying, "Oh, Cardinal should sell the club," right? He's not going to. But the thing is, I'm hoping that he just readjusts what he's doing, and actually gives us something that it is kind of leading us on a path to success. But what he's doing at the moment is not. He's just breaking up an institution, fucking things up along the way, and selling a fucking poxy fucking book for 1.2 thousand.
Shane, the only way that's going to happen if he brings
And you know
somebody
that book?
knows what they're doing in football.
You know that book, right? So they selling it, right? So a fan put on the post, I think, because somebody put it there like, "Hey, at Milan, if I book this, if I buy this book, does it guarantee me the 125th jersey?" Because you guys know I'm a big like collector and shit like that, right? But even the jersey's gonna be like limited. I think it's only down to 3K, like 3,000 pieces. They're saying, which is kind of like ridiculous.
Like it's shill tactics. Like it's marketing. It's like none of this is.
And
really
the guy was like, "I'll buy the book if it guarantees me the jersey, because I know it's limited."
I bet it guarantees shit.
Yeah, but
and then the guy, they were like, "Oh, no guarantees." I think that like one of the admins put, it's like, okay, then it's like, I don't know, like, bro, like the jersey shouldn't even be limited, bro. It's 120 years. I don't know how I got it, but thank you to my cousin who lives in Germany, because you couldn't ship outside of Europe, so it made it different. But they saying it's like down to 3 pieces. It's gonna be 220 euros again. And
Yo,
but see, the thing is this money though, none of
Husney's
this
like,
is
yes,
going-
please.
Yeah, no, but none of this
These
money,
guys'
right?
connections.
It's not
no,
going
but
to benefit the club though.
but if they say they don't ship outside of Europe, like the 120th, like look at the like reactions for the 120th.
There's
I
ways,
don't know.
yo.
Hosni got European
Bro,
friends.
bro.
and shit, like,
I'm there in 2 weeks' time. I'm literally gonna be there in 2 weeks' time.
and it's gonna be released on the day the club was found. That's the only thing that they're getting right again. But
I'm picking up a book.
Yeah. No, I have better books, John. Like
I'm
that
joking,
shit.
man. I'm not picking up that bloody book. Are you serious? I don't read
that
books
book-
anyway.
You know what? Somebody said it too. Like, does that book have like the material of the old jerseys to be costing that much? And they said no. They don't
hell.
even have like the material of the old jerseys. They can
Has
get
it
it
got
from.
It
Maldini's
has an
blood in it? That's the
introduction by
only.
Jerry Cardinale, Gio.
There you go. That's
But we don't
pricey.
care about
Shit.
Jerry Cardinale, bro.
Right. But apparently, someone thinks they do if it's going to be 1.2 thousand because it's rare. But you see, the thing is like marketing wise, one thing Redbird are doing really well is the marketing. Right? They get it. They got that down pat. But the problem is that the money that they're making on these little shit scams, right? None of that's going to the club. Right? Because it's like, they could fucking crush it with marketing this year, right? And let's say they could pull in 20, 30 million. Does that then mean that we're going to spend 100 million on players? No.
No.
You see,
And
so
talking about
it's
marketing, have you heard the news, Shane, of talking about marketing? The latest news. Milan are opening an academy, a youth academy in Bahrain,
how
to
many
be able to
people
develop
live in
talent over
Bahrain?
there.
Fuck yeah, it's not a real academy. We know that. That's just
I
as fucking.
mean, wow.
How many people live in Bahrain? I don't think it's kind of sparsely
3.
populated. No.
Is it
Husney,
3,
you
4?
know, you're out in the Middle East a couple times.
Yeah, I used to spend a lot of time in Bahrain. It's I wouldn't say it's a great pool of talent,
Why
but
don't
I
they
might be
open one in
surprised.
Saudi
A
Arabia so they
footballing
can acquire
powerhouse
merch?
to sign players.
So there's 1.48 million people in Bahrain.
That's a small fucking country, huh?
There's a place to open up a football academy then, isn't it?
Our
Awesome
next right
idea.
back is from Bahrain.
Read into that. So what else is in Bahrain? It's Investcorp.
Ooh.
Investcorp is based in
Oh,
Bahrain.
Hosni. I wonder.
Detective Husney.
On the case.
That makes a lot of sense.
Unbelievable.
Maybe they're coming back and they'll actually save the fucking day, right?
Yeah, maybe that's where the loan will be coming from. And like Investcorp couldn't make the deal work at the beginning, they fine it. We'll just finance you, and if you
That's
fall,
it.
then we'll take it over.
This makes
Yeah.
that makes sense. It's why they're
Bring
opening
some-
the fucking.
Yeah, bring some players from Bahrain and we'll buy the club.
I'm excited now.
Our next
win
left
something.
back and right back.
We'll get Nico to say their names too. How about that, Nico?
If they
Boss.
was if they were really about marketing, Nico, you know who they should go get for the striker if they really about marketing.
Hmm.
They would go get Jinetes, bro. Mexico will
Mexicano,
go crazy for
Mexicano.
him. That shit would be crazy. That's so much
Mex-
money they could get. Yeah.
Mexicans love AC Milan. There's a big fan base down here.
You go get Jinetes, you could get it. That's $1 billion industry right there, Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So when's our next game? Our next game is Juve, right?
Juve
Juve
next
is the next
Saturday,
one.
9 a.m., bro. Like, what's up, Italy, man? Like, people not trying to drink at 9 a.m. out here.
Some
Like,
people
I don't
are.
know.
Yeah, it's a 5 p.m. game for me. It's a bit of a weird time again. Very weird time.
And I think we have to compete. This is the stupidity of Serie A, bro. Like, why would you want us to compete? I think same game as you, Man City Spurs. Like, why are we trying to compete with that?
Yeah. Is
But
that
we're
right? The
we're
same
kind of
kickoff
doing
time,
an
is it?
Arsenal, man. You see, this is kind of what we're doing, But the thing is doing an Arsenal is all well and good because historically, no offense to Arsenal, but they've never. Who cares? They won a Premier League every now and then, but no one gives a fuck, right?
Yeah,
Um,
Arsenal top 4, mate. They got Calafiori bastards.
Yeah, but the thing is that the metrics to success for what Arsenal is are far lower than what we are, right? We've
yeah,
won fucking 7
yes,
Champions
yes,
Leagues,
yes.
right? This is the thing. So it's
We
like
just discussed it today. Yeah.
they can work within Moneyball, right? And it's fine. And it works out for them because they have higher metrics, right? And they can get more money to fucking do this Moneyball bullshit. But the thing is they're not going to win anything.
No.
Neither will we.
But that's right. I just generally, guys, I don't understand. Are there fans out there, Milan fans out there, that will buy that book? Are there Milan fans out there that will listen to any of this messaging and accept it?
You gotta be a super duper collector.
No, but it might not be for any individual fan. It might be like, okay, a company just comes, okay. Gerry might scam a company to buy 100 copies.
Yeah, somebody like a company, or they give it for free for companies.
Yeah.
And then they just make you feel the wow factor.
Yeah, Fahadinho, that is what Husney told us. Yeah, Investcorp is in Bahrain. Yeah,
small island is. I know it's fucking small. If the population's smaller than Ireland, there's a fucking problem. It's minuscule at that point. It's barely a country. It's a field, I'd say. It sounds like money washing opening an offshore account. It sounds like it is. It sounds like it.
Well, we're going to get a close-up view of Motorball, at least. We're going to get to see what they can do. Don't
Can
have
I
a
just
clue
ask
about the.
just a quick one before
Yeah.
we wrap up because we've been going on for a while. Just one last question.
Yeah.
So, let's start with Gio. Gio's the guest. So, at what point, right? At what point do you think, right? We need to give Fonseca the chop here. How many points do we have to be behind the league leaders?
We
Wow.
lose on next Saturday, 9 a.m. my time. I don't know. Like he gotta go.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't. He gotta go, and then I want to see. Like okay, we lose versus Juve, right? So that means say like Fiorentina, Atalanta win, and Lazio win. That means we'll be like probably like 9 points away from like 9 or 10 points away from top four. And the way that that we're going, I'll just say that he got to go. I mean, it's him because I don't think they'll fire them, but then they'll put like a new stopgap. But if they put in Terzic, I think we'll probably finish 10th this year because Terzic, I mean, basically told Hummels to f off after having a great season for them over there in B&B. So imagine him, Theo, Rafael, yeah, Magic Mike. He's gonna get in a fight with them. But if we don't pick up the 3 points, Shane, I think versus Juve, then it's time for him to go, and that's it, man. That's all I could ask because I think Calgary, you got to go, bro. After Calgary, you have to go. Because if you couldn't get them to perform at the same level on Real Madrid, then you can't keep your job because you don't have no consistency.
But Gio, he told you. Gio, he told you. He can't play against Italian teams. He told you. And we keep
Well,
him.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know how I'll say like I do my job and then I just tell my boss, nah, I can't do it. So like, bro, you think they're not gonna fire me? But I mean, this is Ibra. Rome wasn't built in 7 days. Bullshit that he's talking about. Fine Abate because he basically told him like Kamada was 20 times better than his son and stuff like that. This is what we're dealing with. But I mean, we don't beat Juve, he gotta go.
So
That's
so
all.
Gio, to your point, right? Napoli 26 points. Juventus 24 points. So they're already 6 points ahead of us. So top four is 7 points away from us already. I didn't realize the gap was that to top four. So one more loss, it'll be double digits.
That's what I'm
Tim,
saying. That's what I'm saying, lad. Like, I mean, the league is competitive. Palladino has done more than Italiano ever did in the first 12 games. He got him up there. He got him up there fighting, contending. So it's gonna be hard. Yeah, they might have a drop off, but a 10-point drop off, I don't really think if we lose this game and then they win their game. So I mean, and they're beating all the little teams too, which they haven't been doing the last. Even Atalanta, after 2 losses, it's gonna be hard. It's going. You stressing me now, lab, telling me 10 points and all that stuff. No,
but you know
Well,
what's
but
going to
it's
be fucking
it's
painful
just
though?
the maths. Yeah.
Imagine the only person responsible for Napoli's success right now. Fuck the players, right? It is literally Conte, right? And so imagine if Napoli wins the league this year.
Hmm.
And it's like that's literally confirmation then, right? That we completely fucked this management decision up.
nah. Ibra fucked it up because he said that he didn't want to hire him because he was too a big personality.
This is, you
Yeah.
see what I mean, man?
Yeah,
It's like
Conte
this
was
is,
not an option for us
He never was. You're right, Nico. He never was.
for so many
Never.
different reasons, as we know, guys. I mean, we've
Yeah.
been through it 100 times.
Yeah, exactly.
So you telling me, Nico? Sorry, I don't want to extend. So you telling me Napoli could pay 7 million net
Dude,
a manager, and then they could buy a $40 million defender in Barcelona,
that's it.
but we can't.
No,
we
we
just
can't.
choose not to because they're fucking penny pinching every fucking thing.
Yep.
This is
15 million on
like-
fuck. Oh God, that made me swear.
I'm on, fellas. We had a chance to get Scalvini 2-1 with the trade with CDK. We didn't even ask for Scalvini. from Atlanta.
Too busy trying to
Just
punt fucking Chow into a,
Because
into
they
being a
wanted
quality player.
Pavlovic, fucking Serbian enforcer over there.
Gio's given you his answer,
Mm-hmm.
which is basically we lose to Juve, he wants Fonseca out because it basically means we go 10 points, right?
Yep.
The problem for me, I'll give you my answer. The problem for me is that I genuinely don't think it's Fonseca's fault. I think he's been like, you can bring in a new manager. I don't know. Honestly, I have no faith that the new manager will be backed for anything. So imagine bringing in a manager and just tying his hands. That's my concern here. So I genuinely believe that Fonseca will stay until the summer. That's horrible. But honestly, I think that is what the club will do because, guys, I'm just going back to history, right? Pioli had lost that team 18 months ago.
Yep.
And he was kept on.
Yep.
Right?
John, you getting a lump of coal. You're the Grinch, bro. Giving me
Thank you very
bad
much.
things.
I do my best. You try and answer that question, Nick, or you try, Nick.
This is what I think. Nothing's gonna change. Not a goddamn thing. When we win Juve, if we beat Juve, everybody's gonna be back on Fonseca, saying Fonseca's a great coach. He should stay. Then we're gonna lose the next 2 games after that.
Yeah.
He's gonna find a way to win another big game. Somehow he's gonna pull it out of his ass. He's gonna figure something out, beat Juve, because Juve is decimated as well right now. They're missing 2 key players. So yeah, we probably Fonseca's probably gonna get the teams to beat Juve, and then they're gonna end up keeping him for the rest of the year.
Yeah, most likely. Agree. Hasn't what's your guess?
Yeah, I'm with Nico on this one. But I do see one thing that stands out to me when I look at Juve. Once this, so they haven't really been scored on a lot, but once they get scored on, I think pretty much they're open for taking. I think that's where Fonseca and our attack will be able to do it. But in response to your question, Shane, if you're up to me, Fonseca would already be gone games ago. Yeah, he was never the right coach for us. But like everyone else will say, we have this philosophy that we don't really want a good coach that knows what they're doing, who is probably going to ask for the right pieces to win us things. That's not what the management want. And yeah, you're right, John. He's going to stay on no matter what, because everyone knows this management don't want to be seen like they did something wrong. That's just how it is. Simple truth of it.
Wow. Great, happy way to finish the show.
Yeah. Let's hope we lose to you.
I'm ending the show with a bang. I'm going to play that Mexican track again. It's for Gio.
Oh,
So
man.
I want to say tanti auguri Milan, tanti auguri al nostro club e forza Milan. I'm just going to finish there.
Forza Cardinale, the true leader of this fucking shit show. All right.
Forza €1,200 book.
Right.
There you go.
Forza Pinche Cabrones Redbird.
I mean, Forza alcohol, man, because the budget is out of control watching these games, man. That Udinese game took me like over the budget, like for the whole year. But I don't know, like these guys, I don't know. I thought one of you guys was gonna have positivity, but it's just depressing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we'll win Serie A, Gio. Don't worry. All right, forza Milan.
It's happening, kids.
See you soon. Thanks everyone for joining. Love y'all.
Thanks.
Ciao.
Música de requinto pesado, golpes de grúa. Esto es pa' Gerry, los lacayos de Redbird. En Milán no se coca, aquí la pasión es ley. Trajeron su avaricia, pero aquí hay balas. Los Cowboys de Milán no se andan con palabras. Llegaron con promesas de grandeza y poder. solo trajeron mentiras pa' vender. Despidieron al más grande, Maldini nuestro jefe. Ahora el San Siro grita que Red Bird desaparece. Aquí no somos socios, somos gente de honor. El rojo y negro corre por nuestra pasión. Con pistola en la mano defendemos el escudo. Gerry, en estas calles tu tiempo está nublado. Pinche cabrón, ya te tenemos en la mira. El Milan no es negocio, es sangre que respira. Traicionaste la historia, apagaste la fe, pero la hinchada nunca se deja caer. Pinche cabrón, aquí no mandas tú. Con Cowboy milanista te topaste. Qué susto, el San Siro no te quiere, lo vas a entender. Vete y antes de que corras a perder. Piensas que Milan se mide con billetes, pero aquí valen más los que pisan los taburetes. Desde bares y Chivas somos tradición, no como tus cifras, pura corrupción. En la curva son los cánticos retumban, los Cowboys milanistas nunca se derrumban. Si piensas que aquí mandas, mejor vete ya, porque con plomo y pasión te vamos a sacar. Pinche cabrón, ya te tenemos en la mira. El Milan no es negocio, es sangre que respira. Traicionaste la historia, apagaste la fe, pero la hinchada nunca se deja caer. Pinche cabrón, aquí no mandas tú. Con Cowboy milanista te topaste. Qué susto, el San Siro no te quiere, lo vas a entender. Vete y antes de que corras a perder. El sombrero bien puesto, las pistolas cargadas. Gerry Red Bird tiembla, ya no vale nada. Este escudo no se vende, no se traiciona. El Milan es el pueblo, no de quien lo abandona. Pinche cabrón, ya te tenemos en la mira. El Milan no es negocio, es sangre que respira. Traicionaste la historia, apagaste la fe, pero la hinchada nunca se deja caer. Pinche cabrón, aquí no mandas tú. Con Cowboy milanista te topaste. Qué susto, el San Siro no te quiere, lo vas a entender. Vete y antes de que corras a perder. Piensan que nos callan, aquí hay pura verdad. El Milan es eterno, su gente nunca se va. Gerry, tu juego se acaba, te decimos sin temor. Los Cowboys de Milán te echan con honor. Y si piensan que nos callan, aquí hay pura verdad. El Milan es eterno, su gente nunca se va. Gerry, tu juego se acaba, te decimos sin temor. Los Cowboys de Milán te echan con honor.